Welcome, everyone. This is Saturday Evening Chats number 58. Uh, I guess I'll have to edit that because I forgot to put all that information in it. So, tonight we are joined by Mr. Rob D., the New York Outcast. Welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, everybody. As you see, the host is slacking and not doing his job in editing, so my apologies for the host.
And we have Mr. DM Foss, the co host extraordinaire.
Well, hello there.
Hopefully, we get joined by a couple other people, but so I know Foss uh, was talking about this on his last live stream pretty much a week ago. Um, the restoration of rights. Um, should felons or certain misdemeanor people that lose their rights be able to get them back? Should it be an automatic restoration, or should they have to cough up money and petition to get their rights back? Um, so, no, Ozzy. Rob cannot see the chat. But if you ask your question, I can put it on the screen, and he should be able to see it at that point. So, um,
Yeah, sorry about that.
that's completely okay. So, I am going to throw it out there. If there's anyone in the crowd that wants to come up and debate us on any of our standings, I'm completely welcome to it. So we're gonna start off with Rob. How are you on this situation?
Well, it's probably been said or whatever, may have been heard, but if you're not aware, I personally think when you serve your time, you should be restored your rights. You pay your debt to society, then that should be the case. Now, as Foss's co-partner there on his show was saying, that that's kind of a two-part thing. Because people like me would say, yes, if you're that bad, you shouldn't be released from prison to begin with. And I truly do believe that. I think we deal with too much bull crap as a society. And we should be a little bit sterner on things. And I think a lot of people would think twice when, there was actually a severe consequence and people then just rotate through the system and get benefits and everything else and whatnot. And it just becomes a way of life. So I would personally like to see, if you did your time and time is served and they deem you're okay for public, even if that does include a death of somebody else with your time, some deaths, in my opinion, could be justified. Whether that court of law agrees to that may be different. I don't know. That's a whole moral issue, but that's another story. But even in that case, if they think you're fine, you've served your time, you're okay mentally or whatever, then it shouldn't be a problem if they're going to put you back in society. So I personally think that should be the way it goes. But I know that kind of crosses two arguments, but I'm waiting for it to get brought up because it was brought up on the other show there. So I figure I'll just throw that all out there. And I think there's, it's a couple part answer, but that's pretty much my feelings on it. Honestly, I'm in my area, I'm tired of seeing, what I'd consider to be shit bags or whatever, constantly back around doing their thing. beating the crap out of their girlfriends, getting arrested, and then they're out there 2 days later beating on the door and being an issue, and the whole family's upset and blah blah blah, and the police don't want to do nothing. I just, there was an officer stabbed in the neck with a needle. What was it? 2 weeks later, the guy was back out here living in a tent in somebody's backyard. Not even the yard he's supposed to be in. Like, I just don't understand how this stuff works here. Like, it's ridiculous. What happened to 3 strikes, you're out? I mean, where's consequences to freaking actions? I don't see it. I think we're too soft as a society. So,
Well, anymore, we got a revolving door.
yeah, and honestly, all that political BS doesn't do anything for the lady that was assaulted by the guy that's now released 2 years later and walking around her neighborhood. Like, that doesn't help her. So I don't understand, why we're even accepting this in some cases. But that's the way the system is. So unfortunately, you got to draw your own lines and hope you never have to get pressed to them, I guess.
Yep. So, Mr. Foss, how do you stand on this?
Well, first off, I'd like to say I don't have a lot of answers, just opinions. I think you should get them back once your time is completely served. That means your time, any probation, any provisos set upon you. Once all that's done, it should be automatic. I understand opposition to it. Just as Rob was saying, and you were saying, people, the guys that are in and out, and constant problems, and that has to be addressed. But I'm not sure how to address. I think the issue is a lot more than just this one thing. Chad, I tried to keep it to the one thing just because I think it encompasses so much that the point would get lost. Prison reform and welfare state and all that stuff, I think all plays into it. But that's, a separate issue. But then if you have fully paid your debt to society, which is, done your time, paid restitution, whatever, then you should automatically get your rights back.
Yes and no. Now, I will give more reasons here in a minute. I'm going to run through the side chat and say hello to everybody, and then I will qualify my answer. So, first in was Mr. Burnaby Sanchez, MKJO, Defense Dad, Squibload, G-Webs, Mr. Gun Websites, Ozzy Osbourne, or Ozzy Osbourne, M. Gabriel, Gun Loving Grandpa, Delray Dan, and Mr. Rich White. So, yes, when you are released from incarceration, be it jail, be it prison, be it halfway house, wherever they decide to tell you you're going to serve your time. And once that is done, I could see waiting a certain time frame. Now, saying that once your probation or parole is over, without having complete reform and everything, there's probations that will last 15 years or a lifetime, depending upon what your conviction is.
Reform's a kind of a joke, right? I mean, these are supposed to be grown ass people. We're not really supposed to do a psychological experiment and try to change, erase, 20, 30, 40 years of their life and teach them the golden rules and how to be good again. Either you got it or you don't. If you're damaged goods, you shouldn't be on the damn street.
Well, yeah. So, like, one of the reforms I think really needs to happen in prison, and this is with the prison system, not all the, trying to say we're going to force everything on the prisoners. Now, when you go into court, you're found guilty, the judge is going to, depending upon the crime, order a minimum amount of time that you're going to serve. This is all the way I see how it should be done. With a maximum of natural life. Meaning, if you're not going to follow the program, you're not going to do what needs to be done, then you're making that choice to never see the outside again. Now, yes, there are some people that are just too violent to ever see the streets again. And so those would have to, I feel, need to be separated from even your normal prisoners. So, and if we had programs in place working with companies on the outside and stuff to be able to, because some of these kids, and I'm going to say kids, because there are kids that are 13 that commit a crime and they are sentenced to, as an adult. So yes, they may start off in a juvenile institution, and then once they cross 18 or 21, depending upon what the courts order, then they are switched over to the prison system. Now, by the time this happens, they're institutionalized. So if we had things in place to help get them to understand that there is better choices out there than, what got them in, and help guide them. And people are like, well, we don't. I can tell you from experience, it's smoke and mirrors. They tell you there's a bunch of shit in there to help keep, to help reform children and to help, educate and stuff. No, it is just bullshit.
So why are we trying to reform to begin with, honestly? In my opinion, my question. That's like trying to tell a junkie you need to quit today and expecting them to quit today. Like, they ain't gonna do it unless they want to do it. So I don't understand how you can't force that through somebody. So even if a kid's 15 and stabs an old lady to rob her, I don't care if he's 15. He should be dealt with personally. I don't understand. Call it bad home, call it what you want. It doesn't matter. The damage is already done, so therefore you need to be held accountable for it. You did it for a greedy, selfish act. You took somebody's life, so your ass is done. So why do we need to pay to try to fix it and then give them a chance to abuse more people and then pay to support them and then pay to house them again and all this bullshit, pay for the court cases? They should have a trial, don't get me wrong, but I don't understand, because there will be people that are accused of things that aren't. So you got to be cautious of that. But when it's pretty clear when you're on video running up and punching an old veteran in the face and you damn near kill him and he dies 2 days later, your ass should be dead. There shouldn't be no rehabilitation. I don't give a shit if you're 12.
There's, you know, I can see some of that, but also,
you're gonna be soft and try to fix people's problems
no,
psychologically. Jails aren't a shrink, you know. And
that's
like you said, most people that go in there come out worse. Like, you know, you've been in the life. How many people you know? I've got a friend or associate, kid I grew up with, been in there 4 or 5 times. Last time was 7 years. Every
oh
time
yeah,
he just learned more tricks, thought he was going to be a little smarter, and the same shit happened again. Like, you know, I've seen it with kids in juvie homes. You know, they get sent there because the parents have a small issue. Go pick them up for visitation. They got tags all over their clothes. They're getting tattoos, like all types of shit in government housing. Like, how is this shit? It's like a freaking prison. And now
yep,
they're even worse. Like, and there wasn't nothing wrong with the kid before they went there. The parents were fucked up, but now the kid's fucked up too.
yes, but if there was programs in place where, um, like they were ordered, you know, that they had, you know, you have to do certain, you know, because you still have to do certain programs when you're in there, depending upon what your crime is. You may have to go through anger management or any of that crap. Um, yeah, keep those. But if there was stuff in there, like especially in the juvenile system, where you were getting trained to like have like construction or have a job and stuff, there's more likely that when you got out you'd be more I feeling you would be more likely to not reoffend because you've pretty much already have a job when you get out. While you're in prison and you're training, you're earning money at this job, you're already paying for your restitution. You're already paying back all your attorney fees, and stuff like that. And you could come out of jail or prison, whatever, um, on a path that's a lot better. Now,
You know,
getting
if the family wants to pay for that shit, that's on them. But as far as I'm concerned, you get bread and water until you're done. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I'm not saying
if people fuck up, they fucked up, man. I ain't trying to pay for school and correction and all this bullshit. And
the criminal,
your therapy or your damn sex change or whatever the hell you guys want. You guys fucked up, so I shouldn't have to pay for anything. You're lucky you're still alive in some cases, so don't expect me to pay for it.
See, that's where you're kind of misunderstanding. I am saying that the criminal is going to end up having to pay his own way, not the taxpayer.
How are they going to do that when they have no legitimate skills? I mean, how much does it cost to house them per day as it is? Right. Yes. So it's not my job to teach them their skills, or our job, so they can pay their bill. Like, because that's going to cost somebody money to go through that whole process. And, if they're all valued at, let's say, no education or whatever, if you're talking like the worst of the worst or this or that, then the hell are they going to do anyway, besides like grunt work or something? What can they honestly do? Is that going to be valued at the cost of their day stay, plus all this other training that's on top of it, and mental therapy and security for all these people and all this other shit? I don't see it. I mean, there might be a few doctors locked up or accountants whose wages could do something, but I doubt they're going to be put in a position of incarceration to actually profit the system. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be argumentative. I just, you fuck up, man. That's what it is. Don't ask us for help. So they know that you play the game and shit happens. That's what happens. So you want to be a badass and don't want to pay for it, eat a bullet. Do what you got to do, but don't expect society to deal with it. I mean, it shouldn't be our issue to deal with these junkies and everybody that because I don't know, they had fucked up parents or whatever excuse you want. They feel they can just go around doing whatever the hell they want to do to your family, to your grandparents. But no. I don't know. I'm harsh, I guess you can say, but I got a zero bullshit policy.
Ozzy's kind of getting what I'm saying. He's like, turn prison into work farms. Prisoners grow their own food, raise cattle, etc. So they're happening to work to pay for their stay and stuff like that.
I get it. I just don't see the point in housing them. I mean, if they're that freaking bad, why are we keeping them around? Did we keep rabid dogs around in cages at the pound and pay to take care of them and try to?
Yeah, I mean, if you're the worst of the, if you're the worst of the worst, you're out there committing murders and crap like that. You know what? The moment your appeal process is over, you're done. Don't keep them sitting on death row for 20 years. Get the appeals process done in 2 to 4 years maximum. And at the end of that, put them down. Period. There's no reason we need to keep lifers. But, the people that are in there for small time crimes, fuck, they stole a car.
Crimes, I personally, again, I don't care. I mean, this should be your wake up call. You acknowledge it. If you don't understand that and you want to end up back in here, that creates a pattern, a record. And when it happens to a set amount of times, then your ass can just stay here or be disposed of if need be, whatever the case may be. Because obviously you don't give a shit. Yeah, we've given you chances. This is America. Go buy a piece of land. Go leave people alone and do whatever the hell you want to do, and you'll be just fine. You don't have to harass and try to kill people for fun or rape them or whatever the hell's going on. It's not, And if you're that fucked up, then you should be put down any goddamn way. So I don't know. I mean, I think when, these people in there for smaller crimes, let them serve their punishment. When they're done, they're done. They screw up again, then they screw up again. I don't, it's addressed at that point, but it shouldn't. It's not our job to teach people how to be a decent person. The golden rules that you're not supposed to just, attack somebody because they disrespected you at work. Sometimes that shit happens. I don't understand. You can't correct garbage in some cases. And unfortunately, some people are raised that way. So there's good and evil, man. You just, get rid of the evil. Sorry, I'm touchy today.
G Web says violent equals prove something to get rights back. Non-violent, get their rights back. Now, your definition of a violent crime may be different than Rob's definition of a violent crime, which could also be different from what the courts say is a violent crime.
Very true.
So, for that statement to be, you would have to have a universal definition that every single person can agree upon. What is considered a violent crime? So do
what's the context of that, though? That's where I get held up. That's why I think it should be null and void either way. Because what if, I don't know, you were defending somebody, but because of your state laws, it went down in a way where you still got charged for it and ended up in jail for manslaughter or something, or whatever the case may be. Should you be executed at that point or something. You know what I mean? Because that would be seen as a violent crime. You can't get your rights back or whatever the case is. But morally, you may have been doing the right thing, and but the way it actually broke out, it wasn't. So now a good guy gets screwed in the end, in my opinion, because of legal technicalities, or you didn't know the guy that was stabbing you in the back literally was only 16 instead of 17, and you damn near killed him. So now you're going to jail, like, because that happens. Honestly, it happened to my neighbor across the street. It was a golf club, but it happened.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? So what's to say? He was National Guard, and he had all types of issues. Basically, his whole life got screwed up.
Mhm.
That's a whole other story. And because somebody came up on him, and he didn't know the kid was underage. He doesn't look underage, but he was underage. So didn't matter if he jumped you or attacked you with a weapon. But Neil said,
Exactly. The fact that he was under the age of 18.
so that's
Automatic-
considered violent. But what if a wife fights back and there's a struggle with an abusive husband or something? He falls down the stairs and dies. Is that she lose her right forever? There's so many different. That's why I say the hell with it. I mean, if you're gonna trust them to be out, they're out. If not, don't let them out. I mean, shit, guns are new. Like, people have been killing people with poison, dropping rocks on people, all types of shit for years. You know what I mean? Drowning people. Like, it still happens to this day.
Oh yeah.
Guns are one of the worst ways to kill somebody, because you're telling everybody what the hell you're doing. You fire a gun and it's like hitting a goddamn alarm. It's stupid. So, unless it's for a defense purpose or you're a dumbass gangster, it doesn't make much sense to use a gun any goddamn way.
Yep. I mean, so now we've kind of talked on this subject multiple different times on this show and on other shows. So we'll take the same situation, put it through 3 different scenarios, and you tell me which one is considered the violent felony versus just a regular felony. Somebody breaks into a house that is unoccupied. Violent felony or non-violent felony?
Non. If I have to play, non.
Foss?
None, because there's no one there.
Depending upon your state, that is a violent felony. So, now you break into a construction site, which is a house being built. No one's there. You steal some tools. Is that a violent crime or a non-violent crime?
Non-violent. Could be a felony depending on how much the tools are valued at. But I would see it as non-violent because, again, there was no physical harm or risk to physical harm on somebody.
Foss?
Yeah, my answer is the same as the first one. Since there's not another person involved, I don't see it as violent.
Again, depending upon your state, that is a violent crime. Now, you intentionally target a house knowing people are home, and you kick in that door. It is considered a home invasion robbery. Is that a violent crime or a non-violent crime?
I would lean that towards violent. If you're expecting a confrontation and crossing somebody's boundary, then yeah, that's definitely looking for trouble, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree.
It is still considered a violent crime. So, three different situations, three different crimes. They are you're charged differently. One is a burglary. One is considered a home invasion robbery, and the other is breaking and entry. All three of them, in most states, are considered violent felonies. Only one of them had a true victim that was present.
Screwed up laws, man.
So at that point, are we saying that they shouldn't get their rights back ever? Because they're all considered a violent crime?
Not me. I've already made my statement on this.
Yeah. You know, I mean, and then, so, you know, based like what G-Webs was saying is based on the fact that those are considered violent felonies, you would have to prove to be able to get your rights back.
If you could afford to.
Yes. If you can afford to.
Which is kind of denying access to your right. If you got to come up with an attorney and $5,000 when you just got released from prison and you're working McDonald's and down at making coffees, that's an issue. Especially when a lot of people in those situations don't necessarily live in the best places to begin with, and those are the people that can truly use some of this help. All right, their rights back as far as firearms, things like that. The people they know, the people that know them, the surroundings, trying to avoid certain people can lead you into more trouble in some cases, depending on your neighborhood. So people in the suburbs probably don't have a clue what the hell I'm even talking about, but I'm sure some people do. So, sometimes, they could really use a gun at that point.
Yeah, so Squibload says, why should criminals have rights? Getting rights restored is already possible. Not always. That is not always
not affordable. If it is, when it is the case, they don't, I've never heard of a case where you can just go down, fill out a paper, the judge looks it over and says, okay, you got your rights back. So maybe it exists somewhere or someplace, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I mean, so like
they're given from God or the creator, whether you believe that or not, whatever, that's up to you. Take advantage of it because, therefore the government really don't have the right to do shit. They're supposed to acknowledge it. So if you're caught up in their system, then you don't have your damn rights. That's pretty much what it is. And if you're going to be released from the system, then you should have your rights.
Yeah, so in some states, depending upon what your crime is the possibility if you can get your rights back or you cannot get your rights back. Again, just because you get your rights restored in the state doesn't mean that the federal government is going to recognize that you get your rights back.
Just as a correction, you still have your rights while you're incarcerated, in my opinion. You're just not able to access them without getting shot by the guard.
Yep. So, like, you get, let's go with domestic violence. Okay. Now, that can be considered a misdemeanor. That can be considered a felony. But either way, you're losing your rights, period. Those that is an automatic non-restoration of rights. You will never get your rights back if you're convicted of a domestic violence. Now, a lot of people know that nowadays. But let's talk about back in the day, especially like a lot of states have it where if they're called out to a possible domestic violence situation, one person is going to end up going to jail. Now, how many times has a husband said, you know what, take me to jail because I don't want to see her go to jail? And they voluntarily go to jail.
Yep.
Even if it was just a yelling and screaming match, there was no fists, there was no violence, they're just having an argument and there was an open window and a nosy damn neighbor decided to call the cops. That's still considered a domestic violence situation.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then you got the people that where I've actually known this to happen. Thank God it wasn't me, but I've known this to happen where you'll have a female that's just, gorgeous, but a couple screws loose, and will sit there and beat on herself, call the cops, say you did it. So as you go to jail, she can steal everything in your house.
Yep.
It happens.
And so you and your brother get into an argument. You guys shove each other. One brother calls the cops on another brother, and now you get hooked and booked and charged and convicted of a domestic violence. Your kids. Does that mean you should lose your rights for the rest of your damn life and never be able to own a firearm?
I think it all depends on the situation. I mean, people always say kids, but there's, 7-year-olds that slit their siblings' throats because they were upset about a toy or this or that things. And I just don't think I want that person on the streets. I don't really care if they were a kid in some cases. I know there's obviously some differences or maybe some gray area in some cases, but I don't know. I just think at a certain age, people, you kind of should know probably by 5 right from wrong. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I think some people are just damaged goods.
Yep, and I'll give it a great example of what Rob just said. It happened in Wenatchee, Washington. There was 2 kids. One was 11 years old, one was 13 years old. I believe that was their ages. And they like to go play down by the train tracks and stuff like that. Well, there was a homeless guy that was down there, and so he yelled at the kids, because he was trying to sleep, and he threw a rock in their direction, and one of the kids happened to have his dad's gun. Because they were out fucking around. They shot and killed this homeless guy for fun. Because he threw a rock in their direction.
Crazy stuff happens all the time, man. These kids, there was, a shooting here not long ago, which was a damn kid that shot 2 people and they died. So,
Yep.
A kid can still kill you. You know what I mean? And whether they understand the consequences or not, those ripples are already cast. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter at that point. If they grow up to understand or whatever the case is, it really doesn't make a difference. there's accidental, there's, possibly justifiable, or, and then there's just straight wrong. And in some cases, when it comes to that straight wrong, I don't think we should be giving people, a list of chances and all this shit, personally.
Oh yeah, there's definitely times where, if you're mentally defective in a, and that's, and if you're out there, committing murder for fun, yeah, there's pretty no way of bringing you back.
Yeah, if you're a rabid dog, then you should be put down like one. That's simple.
Yep. So I know Foss and his co-host, they were talking about getting rights restored in the state of Washington, and they had a few questions about that, and so like, to answer a few of those, depending upon if you have a Class C felony, if you have a Class B felony, or if you have a Class A felony, is dependent upon how long of a waiting period after you have finished your probationary parole period, without committing a single infraction that's considered a crime. Now, traffic is not considered unless like it's a DUI or reckless endangerment. Those kinds of traffic issues are considered, and so then your clock starts again. And so then you have to petition to have your record sealed and expunged, and then you can, get your rights restored. And on average, it's like $5,000 for a Class C felony, and most attorneys will raise their prices depending a little more, because each class has certain standards you have to meet, and there's certain processes each attorney has to go through. Now, in the state of Washington, yes, you can do it without hiring an attorney. Would I advise it? Hell no. Because you better make sure that every single piece of paper is done properly. Not only do you make sure that every single piece of paper is done properly and filed with the courts, but you better know exactly who you have to serve. Because if you miss a single
there's a misspelling, or if any clerical errors occur, it's basically null and void.
Yeah, but so if
it's got to be submitted the proper way, and if you don't know
but
how to
even
submit documents, that's a problem too.
Once you've submitted it, it's you've paid your fees, and the clerk's office stamps it, and then they'll give you a copy back. And it's your responsibility to go through and serve the probation office, the prosecuting attorney's office, the state patrol office, and there's other offices that you have to serve with these papers. If you miss a single one of them, then they'll just throw your case out and you got to start all over again. So that's why I would just say, if you're going to do it on your own, you better know exactly every single person you have to serve. If it's a juvenile crime, then there's even more processes that you have to go through and deal with. You wouldn't think about it, but you have to serve um, the uh, CPS.
I'd say if you got to get an attorney, get a good one, because the like the
Yep.
lower end and this and that, searching around trying to get somebody to take your case pro bono. That's TV shit. That shit don't happen. Unless you got family or some really nice tits, don't expect that to be the case for you. Have some cash, definitely cash, and expect on average, the different cases are different, but a decent attorney is usually like 500 to 700 an hour, like just to start, and that's like low end decent. That's not the people you see on TV. And then all their paralegals, they don't do shit. They show up in court and whatnot. Sometimes they're just secretaries or whatever, or they're people beneath them do. But all those people beneath them, they all still get paid like it's like what $200 an hour for everyone they have to clock in and whatnot. Like shit adds up quick as hell for paperwork and all that stuff. Now I say I'm a cheap bastard, but it's cheaper to get a good attorney where everything's done through right the first time than dicking around with a little guy that's trying to figure shit out and this and that and back and forth. So a lot of times you really only get one good shot, so make it count, unfortunately. But the sad part is a lot of people ain't gonna be able to afford to do that. So especially out of jail or this and that, prison, whatever the case is, it's a lot of money for something that's a maybe, and it's a long fight. A lot of people would just be discouraged just because of that. But there is obviously some people out there out of principle that are going to try to do it. And, it's just a shame that they have to go through such a hardship to acquire something back that, in theory, depending on the case, maybe should have never even be taken from them to begin with. In my opinion, once you're out, you're out. So I don't, it's kind of a crap deal. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are kind of left in a bad spot because, do I save $5,000 for this, or am I trying to get my own place, and do I got to have a car for work or whatever the case is, or still have child support to pay and all this other, what I mean? So everybody doesn't have it good, and people in and out of jail usually aren't the people that have it very good. So so it's kind of restricting their access to obtain to use their rights or whatever legally, according to the law, which is kind of shitty in my opinion. Again, because everybody can't afford to do that. So, and in a lot of cases, the charge they may have gotten is because they got a shit ass public defender, pretender, whatever the hell you want to call it anyway, or their dad called his buddy that's is a friend deal and this and that, and you got a shit deal to begin with because people handle cases, in my opinion, crazy in some cases, some ways. And they make deals when they shouldn't, and it's like it doesn't even matter if it's a speeding ticket. The court always wants you to make some kind of freaking deal, even if you're not in the wrong. So, and most people are so scared they'll just take that freaking deal and go. I don't know. People are nuts, but if you didn't do it, don't hack to it. Don't deal with it. You didn't do it. Roll the dice. I don't know, but the attorneys make money either way. So if you got to deal with attorney, expect to get screwed. So just, spend some damn money and hopefully you get through it if you can. If not, sorry for you. It's a shit world.
Yep. So, and again, there's a lot of damn attorneys. I'm not going to say every attorney, but most of them will do a free half-hour consult. So you can go in there, you can ask them a bunch of questions. They'll explain what their fees are going to be and everything, and you can get all that worked out. And some attorneys will agree to payment plans. Now, they won't completely file the case until you have the money paid to them, but at least they're working on it, getting it ready. And so once you get them X amount of dollars, they're like, okay, bam, we're ready to go to court.
Yeah, the retainer fee. They don't do shit besides talk to you until you pay that retainer fee. And that's, if you're lucky, $3, $5, $7, $10,000, depending on what type of case you're dealing with or whatever the case is. So,
Yep.
Sometimes much more, if it's you're looking at murder or something like that. Yeah, they do. But it's not cheap. So just to start, and then, the bill starts racking on from there too. So keep that, it ain't cheap. So the best way to win with court is to avoid it.
Yes, sir. So, and when you're restoring your rights, there are really good attorneys out there that will definitely work with you. And again, take some time and go and talk with one. Like I said, most of the time they're going to give you a half hour free. And another way, before you go, I'm just going to open up a phone book, or I'm just going to Google search USCCA has a list of attorneys that they will, you can look at in your area. I mean, they will tell you who the attorneys are that they recommend to restore your rights. Now, that's something newer that wasn't there when I was going through the process. I got completely lucky because, well, my buddy's wife is an attorney, and I was doing process serving for her.
Aha! So you had an inside guy.
So I got mine done for a little less money, but it would have cost me $5,000.
You son of a bitch. You see that? See that?
I'm a cheap bastard.
Somebody. You got to know somebody.
But yes, so it's possible to get your rights back. Now, I know Foss had brought up, I don't know, if you want to bring up one of the questions that you had, Foss?
I don't remember what questions I had.
Okay, so like in the state of Washington, because I know a lot about that. That's where I was born and raised. Also, where I got in trouble. So now in the state of Washington, I'm not going to say you can do this in other states because I don't know. If you're a sex offender, there theoretically is a path for you to get your rights back. It's not a very easy path, but there is a path there. You got a hell of a lot more steps, and I guarantee you it's going to cost you a hell of a lot more money to do it with. And I would definitely, this would be zero chance of doing it on your own. Because you're going to have to, it might be multiple different steps. I'm not, but you have to do a relief of registration. You have to do a expungement or record sealing and everything. And there has to be a super long waiting period from the last conviction date. And again, every single fine, all your restitution, court costs, attorney fees, everything that was ordered by the courts had better be paid off. Because if there is a single 1 penny balance anywhere, you will be denied. And that is going for anyone, not just if you are a sex offender trying to get that. You had better make sure every single damn penny is paid off. So,
Yeah, that's what when I was kind of doing some research. I didn't do a lot of research. I didn't look into the process, which I don't know why I didn't ask you more about it last week. I didn't even think about it while we were talking. I just looked at, more places to point people if they were interested in stuff. And like for me, like the sex offender, child abusers, wife beaters, those I have very little compassion for people who do that.
So Squib says, I am in favor of redefining some crimes, but felons made their own trouble. They can deal with it. That's why I don't commit felonies. Are you sure you don't commit felonies, or have you not been caught for a felony? Because I guarantee you, if you look at some of the crazy blue laws and stuff like that are on the books that you may not even know that are there, you could be committing a felony and just not know it. Depending upon your state. If you speed over a certain amount over this posted speed limit, that becomes a felony.
25 over in New York. 25 over. So pay attention when you're in those little shit towns going from one to another, and they got the typical branch covering the damn speed sign. Get your ass going from a 55 to a school zone.
So, and no, there's no conspiracy in it. It's facts. You can get a friggin' felony for stuff that you may not think is considered, may not think is an actual felony. You could be spinning your tires in a parking lot, just showing off that you got a hot car and end up with a felony because the officer decides that that's reckless endangerment.
Show up to pick your kid up and find your kid getting jumped by a group of people. Are you just going to stand there and watch and call the police? Are you going to get out and try to help your damn son? You're probably going to try to help your son, and then come to find out you toss around some of these kids. Witnesses seen this father over here throwing kids around. Now you might become a felon, especially if the kids are combative and you have to be combative back. Never know.
Yep. So, and like Vanessa says, is murder um, for just cause a felony? Now, if you're just out there, if you're out killing somebody, that's you're just an idiot, and
I think
that's all.
I think she means more just cause, that self-defense kind of stuff.
Yeah,
That's the way I took it, rather than doing it just because. I don't know, I took what she said. You have a just cause for murder, rather than murdering just because you want to murder.
Yeah, I can see that, or but I'm not exactly sure what the question is in that sense, but I can, some people deserve it in some cases. I wouldn't hold, I don't know, a father too accountable if he came home and found somebody raping his children and he killed them.
We can't hear you, Rob.
Sorry, I was saying I wouldn't I wouldn't look at a father wrong if he came home and found somebody raping his children and he killed them, even though legally he might not have been in fear for his life and this and that. I mean, courts would call you a murderer, but morally, are you wrong? And even if it was just say manslaughter, this or that, should you lose your rights? Things like that. I don't think you should. Again, and that may be in defense of somebody else or this or that or whatever, however you want to look at it. But I think there is definitely just cause to take a life. I don't look forward to something like that. I don't recommend people look for that reason, but there is people that leave you no choice, and sometimes, and sounds a little harsh, but there is some people where I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, I can see there being just cause, and again, not losing your rights over it in the end. Personally, if they're gonna let you back out.
So with Squib saying, living in a communist state, my question is, Squib, how many points does it take in Michigan to get a felony on your driving record? It takes 6 points. So you could end up with a felony. There's, different ways you could get it, but it's possible you could still get it. 6 points is all it takes to get a felony in the state of Michigan. Actually, you might want to look that up because it's 6 points. Now, you get a reckless, that is 6 points. Now, does it mean that you're charged with it?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a bad conversation because everything's different. The laws are different. Different states are different. There's all these different scenarios, all this crap. So, there could be obviously arguing between different states or whatever, but, the generalization, wrong is wrong. We shouldn't be trying to rehabilitate these 3, 4, 5 times lifetime criminals and all this shit and having us pay for it, or paying people to train them to grow their own shit and having them pay for it, in my opinion. Yeah, we're too goddamn nice. Yeah. Basically, it's like the people that just want to talk to their kid about every goddamn thing instead of actually enforcing some kind of discipline have basically taken over the jail system. So you're just in and out and you just do whatever the hell you want to do. And now, because it costs more to house violent criminals, they're releasing them quicker than ever before because they ain't got the money. So in some cases, though, and shit, my local jail's full of people ain't even from here. Like,
Hell,
because
some
they
states
get
are.
money for it. So yeah, shit like that. So depending on what you're doing, you ain't gonna be there long. But if you got money, if you're that guy that tries and pays his bills and has a 9 to 5, your ass is gonna sit there because they want to bleed you dry. But if you're that freaking junkie on the corner, you'll be out in 2 days harassing more people. Doesn't matter. You ain't got shit for them. It's gonna cost them money.
Hell, in some states, they're kicking people out of prison just because they want to lower the prison population. Not because they paid their debt to society.
Well, it's putting all the rest of us in danger. You know
Yep.
what I mean? In a sense, it's putting your children in danger, your fragile parents in danger, whatever the case. It's bullshit. And he's I don't know, man. I don't know. Bullets are cheap. Well, they were.
Okay, so we've been going for a little over an hour. And I am going to, maybe if I get this to work, I'm going to give away a gun cleaners what's it, dirty bore box. I will pull that up in just 1 second and share that with you guys. To enter, all you do is type in hashtag every second matters, tomorrow being every second. And we will go by that.
Oh, if you don't mind, I'll throw in t-shirt. I got some t-shirts, whether you want, depending on the size and what I have left, either extra large or 2XL.
If you don't mind, I'll throw in a phone bill.
It is the dirty bore box. So
That sounds dirty.
Well, it's for cleaning your box to keep it clean.
Yeah, nobody likes a dirty box.
you will get the gun cleaner's lube, the solvent, cleaning brush, and I believe a microfiber. So, and this will be directly sent from the gun cleaners. I will order it and have it directly sent to you.
Well, that screws up.
Nope, it doesn't.
I was just gonna say that screws up me giving out a shirt because
Nope, because I'm also gonna mail some stickers and stuff like that. So we can definitely throw your shirt and stuff in there.
Yeah, well, I can just get the address from you and then mail it from here.
Yep.
And when you pick a winner, then I'll show a few that I got and let them pick what they want. If that's all
Yep.
right.
Completely okay. So I'm going to give this a few minutes for people to get in on there. And again, everybody's able to. So if Foss or Rob want to join in and throw out hashtag every second matters in the chat, they're eligible to win also. So I see we have Kingpin, Patriot in the Dark, Rich White, Defense Dad, Vanessa Kitty, CB was out there. I'm not sure if he's still out there. Squibload. Ooh, Rob's showing some barbecue.
Oh yeah, finally arrived. Damn it.
We've got Artak out there. So again, anyone that wants to jump in there, throw in every second matters, all as one. So it should look kind of like that. And if you capitalize, it doesn't matter, but it does have to be no spaces, or otherwise the random generator will not recognize it. And I will screen share so everyone can see how it goes and who actually wins. So
Yeah, 45 ACP has spaces. I don't know if he meant to do that or there he fixed it. Never mind.
yep. And Artak and Daughters has every second matters, but they didn't put the hashtag in front of it.
So
Or
everybody knows the phone bill is just under $100.
Artak rewrote it, but left out the hashtag again.
Yep. So welcome Grim90. Make sure you put the pound sign in there for the older generation. The pound sign, the number sign.
There, you got it fixed.
So I will do the drawing in 1.5 minutes. So let's do the screen share. So we've got 10 entries in there. So we're a little under 1 minute away on seeing who is going to get this box. So Ozzy says, older generation, I think I'm offended. Hey, I'm part of that. I'm 40, so it was a pound sign. It was a number sign before it was ever a hashtag. If you want to go way back, it was the tic-tac-toe board before it was ever a number sign or a pound sign. Okay, so 11 entries. We shall see who the winner is. And if it lands on me, then we will just redo it. Ooh, I guess we got Artak and Daughters.
Congratulations.
So
Bills got to be paid in 5 days.
go ahead and email me your address at the email address scrolling across the bottom, and you got the dirty bore box from the gun cleaners. So it will be directly sent to you from them, and plus you'll get some other stuff from Mr. DM Foss and myself. So again,
Don't forget the phone bill.
now, Foss, do you want to show the t-shirts that he can choose from?
Yeah, I can show them. I just looking through them. I just realized they're all geeky shirts. There's like I've got one of the Baby Yoda. I need you to feed me. Get join the Empire, see the galaxy.
Well, Artak, choose the shirt for your daughter.
Yeah, I've got extra large and 2 extra large. Although this one seems very small for an extra large. So I got a Marvin the Martian one, which Rob got, but I don't think he likes Marvin the Martian. I figured it fit his personality.
No, I actually, he's not bad. He's not bad.
And then just like what's this one? Oh, X-Wing fighter one.
He says, do you have any medium sizes?
Nope, I just have men's sizes, extra large and 2 extra large.
So I guess it's extra large and 2X. So, and you don't have to, you can,
Baby Yoda shirt, he said. So I'll set that one aside, and when I get your address from G23, I'll get it in the mail for you.
So I'm going to type my out there. It is G23 dot 40 life at Gmail. So there you go. That is the email address. Email me, and we will get you the prizes out there. So so do you have any other questions, Foss? Do you guys had brought up on your show that I could possibly answer for you?
Not that I can think of. I think you covered it pretty well. Because the 2 people that I know that went through it are one, you. And then another friend, but like you had the friend that was a lawyer, and then my other friend, he actually became friends with a judge who took care of it for him.
I didn't think about trying to sleep with a judge to get my way.
So, I
And work.
didn't fully know the process of going through it for Washington.
Yeah. So, and what I've read now, I don't want to say that this is 100%, but in Oregon, I think it might be automatic after a certain amount of time that they're automatically restored. I do believe you can petition before that time is up, but I think it was like 15 years. So,
Yeah, my only concern with something like that is, the state bureaucracy not doing their part.
exactly. Yep. So Kingpin says, join BLM. Why would you want to join the Bureau of Land Management? You can still get in probably a lot of trouble for joining them, and you won't get charged with anything. So, I don't know. It seems like Portland might be going after the Black Lives Matter people and Antifa people. A few of them have been charged with felonies, and now they're trying to go after some of them who have threatened to kill the mayor of Portland.
I thought the people kind of turned on them back right after the election.
Yep.
They're not useful to them anymore. So news is the director lady or whatever spent a lot of that money buying a new house or something.
A new house. Lots of new houses. I think it's up to like 6
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar homes.
And isn't she the same person that technically is a felon, I guess, for trying to bomb something? I can't think of what the hell it was now. Congress? Kind of strange.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if Guns and Barbecue is going to do his chat tonight or not, because he never said anything. So
He has it scheduled.
does he?
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. I was on his. I won his inaugural giveaway last Saturday, and so I won a Dexter knife. It was either a 10-inch or a 14-inch of my choosing, but I chose to give that to the poor conservative, and then I got a bunch of other stuff, which I have a video that I will be releasing sometime in the next few days, talking about that. So I see we've been joined by Mr. Kingpin, Artec and Daughters, and Miss Mystic Guns. So welcome, everyone.
Kind of dirt does a poor conservative have on you? Has he given you gifts, Cloth? Do you get gifts like this?
No, but it's probably just a kickback because he promoted his show last week.
Yeah, I'm feeling discriminated against here. This is ridiculous. All he tells me to do is watch his car.
Oh yeah. So, Rob, did you get my email that had a picture attached?
Yeah, I seen that.
I found your Bigfoot.
No, man.
He's on the side of a building.
Nice try, though, but nah.
Oh, no. I definitely found your Bigfoot.
No, that one can't throw stuff at you.
I'll show everybody. Yeah, I saw that. I think yesterday, and so I was like, "Yep." I have to take a picture of this and send it to Rob. So there you go. I mean, definitely has got that attitude.
You get drunk once online, and you'll never live it down.
I don't know. He definitely looks like he could throw something at you.
Is that like the reverse Vulcan grip?
I think he's about to palm somebody's head. Okay. So I flipped you enough crap about that.
It's all right. If your lady's telling you to calm down, I appreciate it. Thank you there, but it's all right. It is what it is, man. Like I said, believe it or not, it ain't. I don't care. It ain't up to me to convince you. I just told my story.
So I'm not exactly sure what you did, Foss, but
I don't know if I have the picture on my phone here.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know. I remember what you did. Because you sent that picture to
Gary.
Yeah, and then somehow Moo ended up with it, and he used it as his avatar last night on...
Yeah, he put it on Instagram too. I don't know. I was just sitting around. And I thought, hey, what if I do this and this?
Oh, it was hilarious. I'm telling you. And Moo can always be trusted.
He's consistent, so you know what he's gonna do.
Exactly. You know if it's something screwed up, and you tell Moo or you show Moo, he is going to keep, passing that around so that everybody can enjoy the fun.
And he is very fast with the screen capture.
Yeah. Yep. Just ask Carolina EDC, because he definitely screen captured that in a heartbeat.
Ozzy said he sent you an email, Rob.
Okay. I will check it out very shortly, as soon as I get done eating here.
So, Hell, Moo's not even here to defend himself, so no. No defense, Dad. I still have 2 parts that I'm waiting on to be able to finish it. So they hopefully should be here pretty darn soon. Got the buffer tube, but I have no stock to put on there. And then there's one other thing. So it should hopefully be done in the next few days. I just gotta oh, okay. I will. I'll play that game. So somebody definitely sent this to my email.
You're the only one that gets bored.
Oh yeah, they put that in Gizzard Gary.
Please explain yourself.
If you got it, flaunt it.
Oh. I'm pretty sure I just lost half the audience.
All right, I might have been contracted by Snob for that one, but I can't confirm or deny that. Oh, I stepped away and missed it.
Are you muted, G23?
Yes, I was definitely muted. So that was looks like it possibly was for an AR. So that was
What was
sent. It was a backpack.
Huh.
Just for you, I will reshare it. That's there we go.
Okay, I've seen those before. I think a lot of them are overpriced, but those are, nice. It definitely has a purpose. Keep things low key.
I'm not sure if he's saying he's going to send that to me or if he just picked that up. Yes, my inline mute button.
Last time I went to the range, I had my double bag, rifle bag, holds 2 ARs. But walked by a guy and he goes, "Oh, you got a keyboard?" Yes, I have a keyboard.
So, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Oh, I mean, Moose here. Or, as I called him last Saturday, well, he knows what I called him last Saturday.
But you call him every time he's not around.
Oh, he was there. This was no hiding it. I called him an asshat. That's right.
So is it when he's not around, you refer to him as cheese curd?
Exactly. Spoiled milk. So, Defense Dad says, nice try. I just got it.
$167.
Yeah,
Did it come with a gun?
I was just going to say, did it come with some ammunition at least? I mean,
Those things are pricey, man. I think overpriced in general. Like you pretty much buy a decent backpack in some cases and fit it in just fine, and it's an actual backpack. Yeah, it doesn't have the custom pockets, but it still works.
you
Comes
know,
from a cheap bastard.
no, a cheap bastard is just going to take and separate the upper and lower, set it in the back in their vehicle, and take it to the range or wherever the hell they're shooting. Or they're just going to leave it together, set it in their trunk or in the back of their vehicle, drive to wherever they're going to go shoot it, drive back home and put it away. Not worry about, okay, I'm going to hide this damn thing in a damn backpack. That's a cheap bastard.
Closet gun owners.
You know?
I can see traveling, stuff like that, having a discreet bag. It's kind of nice in and out of hotels or something like that. Sure, it's just out of sight, out of mind in some cases, not to have to worry about crap. But
That's why.
But still, that to me, I'd buy a $50 backpack or something for that myself. So I'm a cheap bastard. But
I'm a cheap ass. So I have a suitcase that's on wheels that has straps in there that I got at Ross for like $25. I could easily separate the lower and the upper, strap it in there, put my clothes in there, have some ammo and magazines in there, and be just fine. I don't need to go and buy a separate backpack just to. But I do have a range bag, so.
Yeah, he's a regular cheap ass backpack for my range bag.
The gun stop says, no one is cheaper than Rob. Changed my mind. I guess the snobby hasn't been around when Rob D calls me a cheap son of a bitch.
Yeah, he even made his own lady buy her own coffee, like last week.
And mine.
Like, not like, oh, you got it this time. He was like, bitch, buy my coffee. You believe this?
And your point is?
You're a cheap son of a bitch.
There you go, Snob. I'm cheaper than Rob D.
Very close, anyway.
Well, at the point that you make your woman buy you a cup of coffee and then you tell 500 million people on the internet, there's a difference between being cheap and being an asshole.
Cheap asshole.
Yeah, that's what I was told. He's a cheap asshole.
There you go. You guys heard it from my wife. I'm both. So, what do we want to talk about? We want to talk about how Rob D is going to produce another video in the next week.
Apparently, he's smoking something good, too. I should do one soon, but I don't know about within the next week. I've got like a list of crap that needs to be done, so it just keeps getting bigger and bigger lately. So,
Well, that's what happens when you own your own damn business.
I know, but it's
Or
it sucks
three.
sometimes. You go finish one job and then they hit you up for two more and shit. Well, you got other places to be, and then they want you there as soon as possible, and it's just you can't be everywhere at once. It's a pain in the ass. I'm supposed to be somewhere right now. Actually, I'm going to be heading out to go, but I'll stick with you until I can't anymore. So I'd probably be taking off another 20 minutes.
Hell yeah. Completely understand.
Sometimes you just want to cut your grass, listen to your jams, and not get chased by all your neighbors.
Well, that's when you just need a shirt on the front and the back of it. It says, "Today's not the day."
There you go. Not today. If you can read this, it means you.
So, through the link out there, if anyone wants to jump on. Damn, wife.
I sent Ozzy email back there, so just so he's aware.
You sent Ozzy a link or an email?
Yep. Yeah. That's
Okay.
one hell of a guy, that Ozzy, I tell you. They don't make them like that anymore. Yeah, a few good people out there. Snob. Boss. Oh, yeah. Think they're all losing weight. Growing hair back. Honored to be within your company, fellas.
We are joined by Mr. Artak and Daughters. Congrats on your win.
Oh, Thanks.
Okay, so how's it going, Victoria?
Good.
So is Dad taking you out so you could use your Teal earplugs yet?
No, not yet.
What in the world? Come on, that was like a month ago you got those.
I know.
Did he at least let you shoot the 22?
The Walther?
Yeah.
No, because I was at school when he went to the range.
So he planned to go to the range while you were at school, so you couldn't shoot it.
Basically.
Okay.
That's messed up.
Which part, Rob? The fact that I'm saying that, or the fact that he did it?
The fact that he did that. That's sneaky.
Sounds like something you might do.
Put new goddamn fucking pumps in and nothing fucking works. Bunch of fucking idiots.
Whoa.
Well, how's your evening going?
Well, it's going good until I come over here to Habib fucking Johnny Jihad gas station here. They put new pumps in. And the company card worked fine, and now it don't because, you know, they're more important about selling lottery tickets and one of these bonds and imitation Mexican food. So, you know. Anyway, I'm over that shit.
Well, we were harassing you while you weren't here to defend yourself.
Well, I wouldn't expect anything less.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask your kid a question about you, but you're
Oh,
back.
go ahead. I don't care.
Gonna
She'll tell
ruin
you.
it now.
I ruined it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I
Ask
want to
him,
know if there's ever been that day she came home with company and Dad was at the table cleaning shotgun, staring with a funny look on his face.
No.
No, we want to.
What I have done with my oldest daughter, the first fuck boy that she brought home, I threw a round at him and I said, "Next time you won't be able to catch it if you fuck up."
There you go. There you go. So, don't forget,
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah,
There's a
but
club out there, so don't forget. You know, I can get you the hat, but you need backup or, you know, somebody to watch the windows. We work together.
So, Ozzy, I can save you a whole lot of time. His address is in his About section on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, I already emailed it to him.
Oh, well. There you go. I was... Yeah, we were giving you a hell of a time for not taking Victoria to the range since she got brand new earplugs and she hasn't been able to test them out.
She's a good kid, right?
What?
Said she's a good kid, right?
Most of the time.
Oh yeah, most of the time.
Okay. Just checking. When's the last time you did something nice just to be nice?
Who, me or her?
You.
I bought her for her. That's a loaded question. I just bought her something today that I didn't want to.
Okay.
So that
Wait,
was,
Todoroki has nothing to do with this.
they don't know who the hell Toblerone is.
Todoroki.
Whoever.
Anime.
Yeah, I don't know who the hell that is, but all right, just checking.
It's some white
probably one of
black
those-
hair.
Oh my god.
It's probably one of those like
Why
Dragon Ball Z guys.
Oh no,
It's My Hero Academia.
no, it's nothing cool like Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z is stupid.
That's because you're a retarded kid.
No, it's not.
Shut your pie hole.
Easy.
And then I said pie hole.
Don't make me turn this car around.
Huh?
Oh,
She run that
Rob
pot.
says, "Don't
She
make."
run,
Go ahead.
she run that mouth too hard, she'll get 10 across the ass.
Rob was saying, "Don't make me turn this car around."
I just made a left-hand turn, so we're okay.
And he even used his blinker because I could hear the indicator.
That's what happens to you when you got to drive a company vehicle and you got to use turn signals all the time. It says, because all the meth heads that I run into around here, I don't want them to run into the back of me.
I'll tell him about that.
Which one?
The one that ran into you on the bike.
Oh, yeah. So I'm out in the patrol car, right? I stop at the stop sign, and then I hit, the whole car starts to rock. I was, what the hell is that? And I look over on the passenger side, there's a crackhead getting off his bicycle. He ran right to the side of the car. I got out, and I was like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, don't go nowhere because you just damaged the car, fool. And we got to get a push report. He took off, and anyway, it was, he screwed the door up a little bit, and I had to go out there with a hammer and fix it, but oh well.
I pulled out of an alley and had a guy run into my car like head on, just boom, right in his side. He pancaked over the top, smeared across the windshield. And I was more concerned about him at the time. I didn't really worry about it. And like I should have, because my car was messed up. He dented the quarter panel. But I just was in shock because like 2 weeks ago, that would have been me, So I was pretty in shock. And then once I had a front on my handlebars way back, and I was cutting across like a main street. It was all clear and everything. Well, a guy turned in the parking lot I was turning into. And man, we T-boned his shit. So it's poetic justice coming back to me, I guess. But my friend was splattered all over it. He's car. I'm like, what? Smash. And it was pretty ugly. Thankfully, the guy was a nice old vet. We sat there, had a nice long conversation. We're respectful. We're sorry. Weren't trying to fight the guy or call him whatever names, and willing to take any punishment. And we listened to about an hour worth of stories and got a handshake and we're sent on our way. So it happens. It's not always a meth head.
Yeah, that's true. Well, this guy he's a meth head, but somehow he hit, and it's a 4-door car, so he hit in the center of the car, but he ended up on the trunk. So I guess he flipped over the roof and face planted into the trunk. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, quick changes in momentum can be a bitch.
Well, he learns coming to a sudden stop hurts sometimes.
Should have said, get a seatbelt on that thing, fool.
I said, that airbag didn't work out too well, did it?
It's not the falling that hurts. It's that sudden abrupt stop at the end that gets you every damn time.
Right. Boy. See, you should have asked about people falling, and Victoria would have told you about a funny story about me twisting my ankle out here on the sidewalk, and I fell and hit my knee. And that's the first time in about 40 years that I wanted to cry.
It probably would have been a great story hearing it the way she tells it.
Probably. Yeah, it would have been a lot better. She'd have animated a little bit more.
Yeah, it's got to be fun seeing your dad almost crying on the ground and whining and because he stubbed his toe.
No, it would have been one of those Peter Griffiths stub your damn knee type deal.
I mess with it.
Oh yeah, I'll make fun of. Hey, I make fun of other people, so I got to make fun of myself. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't.
Well,
yeah, I was Peter Griffin.
Before he runs off, hopefully, TPC, you get to test out that Dexter knife that you got, and hopefully you definitely enjoy it. So, congrats.
Yeah, you might not want to get caught with that, poor conservative, because knowing G23, there's Probably some blood on that thing. You get what I'm saying?
It was brand new, never in my possession.
Sure.
It was directly sent from
And this has nothing to do with you saying it's always a good idea to have an extra set of prints on a knife or a gun.
No, it's always a good idea to have a throwaway gun and knife.
and somebody else's prints on it, not yours.
Correct.
Not an extra set. You just don't want your fingerprints on your throwaway items.
Hey, I got probably the stupidest thing that anybody's ever done in their life. Come into the gun shop today.
I want to hear this.
Ooh.
He comes in and we'll refer to him as Roberto. And he's running off at the mouth about building his AR pistols, right? So, but he's putting Magpul adjustable stocks on them. So I was like, you're making an SBR. And he's like, well, no. And then he's all worried about the colors mixing or matching and all that. So then I try to explain to him how anodizing works and powder coating and Cerakote and all that. And it was like talking to the wall. And then he started showing me pictures of all these, of all of his pistols. I was like, you're showing me SBRs, right? Yeah. Are you stupid? Why do you have those pictures on your phone?
Exactly.
That's probably the stupidest thing I've seen this week at the gun show.
So, welcome, Mr. Knives. How's it going?
I came in like a wrecking ball.
So, Gunsnob says, can any of you convince my wife to come help me clean my shop?
I can, but you won't be able to be there.
Well, I can, but it's going to cost.
I'm just kidding.
It's going to definitely cost you quite a bit of money, because when she cleans it, she's going to expect that a kimber is then promptly placed in her hand.
What type of kimber?
Lie and bribe.
You still didn't get her that done yet?
No, he didn't.
Oh, this. That's why.
I don't know what that conversation was about, but it sounded like it was going to be funny.
I know, right?
Why are you cutting us off, Rob?
Everybody knows about that Kimber that somebody was supposed to get that Bel Air.
Yep. Hashtag kimber for Karen.
My lady's like, oh, she still didn't get it. Oh.
I didn't help your ass clean your shop either.
Oh, there we go.
You're messing up more.
So, I guess the gun snob is not going to ask us for help.
I'm putting the bag.
What type of kimber you going to get her?
Can give you a plan, but it's going to take a couple days. You can't expect results the first day.
Why not?
They'll see right through it. You got to work up to it with the unexpected gifts and the back rubs and
Do the dishes.
yeah. And then all of a sudden, that's when you hit them when they're all giggly and high on the love.
Because you just said that out loud, that is never going to work again.
Oh, it works. It's uncontrollable. It works.
I'm telling you, you could have just shot yourself in the foot.
I don't think so.
No, he didn't.
Come on, you're supposed to back me up this time. It's fun to give Rob help.
Man.
Hey, you rubbing my back and doing my dishes?
Oh,
Oh, man. Rob's got dishpan hands.
Yeah, but what about when he eats your strawberries that are meant for strawberry shortcake?
what's that?
I buy more.
Yeah, she buys more. She knows you can't keep this shit around me. She just likes yelling at me about it. That's why they do it.
All I have to do is share my Kimber with my wife.
Snob said she could have had one several times. In his defense, that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know, not
Like when he-
pictures of a badass AR display stand. So
But you gotta have that display stand.
yeah, that is, you know, I think he's a local stud out that way. So you got to give him some credit.
So, you know, it's like when he made her choose between the Kimber and getting a new car, there shouldn't have been a choice in that. She should have got both.
Right?
He stole her car anyway for like 2 months till he got his truck.
Yeah.
What kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
The Snob's like, if I wanted this kind of abuse, I could have just go talk to my wife.
Isn't she in the chat?
Oh yeah, she's agreeing with us 100%.
Right. Okay. I mean, Snob went all the way out there and got that truck from Gizzard Gary.
Yeah, 95. I hope he picks up a 4L60E too. So hopefully you won't need it, but if you ever come across a training for that truck, it only takes one kind. It's got that electric overdrive. So 4L60E. If you can find one throughout your travels, just buy that shit and keep it on standby.
He says that, LOL, I'm not getting this clean because I keep laughing instead of working. So,
No, he can update it to the 4L65E. All it is a reinforced drum on it.
I don't know. From what I've had to change a couple, but I tried pulling a 60-foot boom lift like an idiot. You know, city guy with his first pickup thinks I can move mountains. I've learned the hard way a couple times.
When you go to buy the rebuild kits for them, they all come with the updated drums and stuff like that.
Okay. I know I just tried to swap in and swap out. So from my knowledge, I had to find that certain one with it's either green or purple plug inlet for 4L60E. So, and then it's an easy swap in, and obviously you want to flush it, radiator, all that crap.
Definitely flush your radiators.
Yeah.
I worked as a mechanic for GM for 16 years. So yeah, I know all that. Rebuilt. I was the transmission guy. So
yeah, I learned that one the hard way once.
So,
Don't pay too cheap sometimes, people.
My only question is, Mystic, can you please video that and post it on your YouTube page?
what are you doing?
So are you going to go get her dinner?
Yeah, they want Taco Hell.
Taco Hell.
Yeah.
Taco Bell.
I know.
Oh my goodness, you can't feed that to your kid. What's wrong with you, dude?
I mean, is there a bathroom in the car?
That's for we're like crazy and drunk people only.
No, that's what we got.
What are you doing with this girl?
That's what we got Crystals here for. Crystals here is like White Castles up north.
When you have to guess what's in the mix, you don't want to eat it, folks.
All I know is we're gonna eat it, and then we're all gonna go to the bathroom about 15 minutes later, and then we'll be hungry again. It's like eating Chinese food.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they should give you a deposit.
Yeah, so I mean, at least you could take her to like Bojangles.
No, I don't like the Bojangles that we have here. I was kind of hoping we get a Popeyes one of these days.
Popeyes is nice, but
it's not bad. Still
Chicken's
science
better.
experiment food. All those chickens are like the same size and shit. you know, they got to wear special gloves and mix the coleslaws
Dude,
because they'll eat through the gloves. I mean, some of that shit is just toxic science experiment crap, man.
What the hell are you eating then?
New York.
Oh,
New York food? Holy
Yeah.
shit, man.
I just had barbecue, chicken barbecue, real chicken. They're different
How
sizes.
you know it was real chicken? Did you raise it? Did you
Didn't
raise
look like its partner.
all the food? So all the food is tainted in this country. You should know that.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's what
So
we
it doesn't
try
matter
to
what
do:
the hell.
garden and organic and healthy and salads and fruits instead of candies and all that crap. But you know, it ain't cheap.
For even fruit now is bad for you. So I mean, I don't know what the hell they're talking about. They put too much GMOs and artificial sugars.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you get. I don't know. Yeah, I just, garbage in, garbage out. The body, you just feed it junk, then you're just going to get junk results. Diets, blood types. There's a lot that goes to this on diets in a sense. What would be recommended for people, but most people are too set in their ways to make any changes, along with a lot of medications people are on.
And then if you're insulin resistant, then it doesn't matter what the hell you eat.
Yeah, but you can counter a lot of things by just a diet, but most people aren't willing to make those changes in life. So, yeah, they take the easy way out with a pill or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, I mean, you only hurt yourself. You know what I mean? When you keep feeding yourself garbage, it's like garbage gas, whatever it is. You're only hurting yourself.
Do you eat out at all?
Yes, but rarely. I try not to. I never do Taco Bell. Don't do McDonald's. Any of those really. Typically, normally it's like real food or as real as I can get. If I eat out, like restaurant eat out, I don't do the fast food. Traveling, sometimes I have been guilty of doing it, so I'm not gonna lie and say I'm gonna starve for 2 days until I get back home. But I have done it, but I try to avoid it like the plague. And honestly, it don't even taste good to me anymore. After, I don't know. I guess when you switch a diet for a while, like you end up losing cravings for certain things. I think like a lot of people that maybe have enlisted in the military could relate to that. When you go back to eating like regular food, it's just different. Your body reacts different. Everything's different. Not that it's that drastic, but to me, it tastes like garbage now. I don't know what the deal is. So I would much rather drive home and make a real burger, even if it takes me time and the stove gets greasy and I got to clean it and all this shit, than go buy one at a restaurant or at a fast food place.
So do you like MREs?
Actually, yeah. I didn't have much of a problem. I'd avoid those chocolate bars like the plague, though. I mean, unless you don't want to shit for a week or two. But I've heard a lot of horror stories about those. But the MREs, I didn't have any real problems with. I know, like, first time
the chocolate bar?
Yeah, those Ranger bars, whatever they want to call. No, those are no good.
The only omelet, or the only damn MRE I ever had that I didn't like, everybody else didn't like it, was that damn Vomlet. That omelet.
Oh, the egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even.
There was not enough.
Didn't they stop making that?
Yeah, they stopped making it finally, but I still got an MRE at work that's got one in it.
Oh, damn. You better trade that.
I don't. I'm going to save it because I'm pretty sure all of them ended up in the garbage.
Yeah, that egg stuff was no good, man. No good.
And then of course, the jalapeno cheese was like money.
Yeah. That shit, I sold M&Ms out of MREs in between meals. I've gotten $20 a package of M&Ms.
I was getting $20 for a pack of jalapeno cheese.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy, man.
Moose says, just got a Chick-fil-A down the street. I've had it twice. I'm not a fan.
What? Don't like Chick-fil-A? You're some type of communist then.
So I guess I might be even more of a communist. When I lived in Simpsonville, South Carolina, we had a Chick-fil-A that was 3 blocks from the house. Never went there.
Idiot.
Never went there.
It's just too expensive to go there. This is just something quick and easy. We eat out once a week. The rest of the time, we're cooking food.
Just dead silence.
We're such a big metropolis here. We got two Chick-fil-A's and 2 Walmart. We're stepping in high cotton now. Just kidding.
Yeah. Rob got mad and left.
They probably got hungry for an MRE.
Oh, he got a phone call.
Well, most of the time I agree with him, especially when he's arguing with Squid.
Yeah, he's a pretty good guy for the most part. Andrew says Spicy Deluxe is good from Chick-fil-A.
Oh, I haven't tried that yet.
Like I'm saying, we had one down the road, and we never went there. Just like we had a Panera down the road, never went there. But we would drive all the way to Fountain Inn to go to Bojangles.
Now, Bojangles got a good chicken sandwich. I'm not going to deny that.
Okay, so out on the West Coast, you can't even get Bojangles. So, like, I thought KFC was good, but when we had Bojangles, I'm like, never eating KFC again, because no, it just doesn't compare. But I mean, like, you can't get dirty rice at KFC.
But you can't get KFC's mashed potatoes and gravy at Bojangles.
Their mashed potato and gravy isn't bad,
No,
but
it's okay, but it's not KFC mashed potatoes and gravy.
yeah,
That's my downfall right there. It's mashed potatoes.
but those biscuits from Bojangles are way
No, they're
fluffier.
better. Oh yeah, they're better. Yeah, I agree with that.
The chicken has better flavor. So yeah. Plus, you can't get fried okra. You cannot get fried okra at friggin' KFC. You can get fried okra at Bojangles.
You can get it at Popeyes too.
You can also get fried okra at Walmart in the South, but you cannot get fried okra at Walmart in the North.
Okra, isn't that just I believe that's a regional thing.
Oh, but here's the thing. So, when we were back in the South and we found out what Milo's sweet tea was.
I don't like sweet tea, period. So
when we got back up here to the North, I went into Walmart, and so I talked with one of the ordering guys in like the dairy section and everything. I said, "Hey, can you guys get Milo's sweet tea?" And he's like, "No, we're strict. We can only get what is done by the corporate." I'm like, "Well, you can get Milo's sweet tea at Walmart in Simpsonville, South Carolina." And so he's like, "Well, let me pull up the handheld and find out." And I can get it. I'm like, "Well, can you order a case?" So he brought a case in. Next thing you know, it was selling out. He's like, couldn't believe how well it was selling and everything. And he started definitely stocking it a hell of a lot more based upon me asking about it.
They need to give you some kickback on that. Then they give you a
Right?
case. Need to give you a case of sweet tea.
But that Milo sweet tea, it's not super sweet.
No, it's not.
So
Victoria likes it, so she agrees with you.
I'm not a big sweet tea person either, but I really do actually like that Milo's.
Yeah, just from where I'm from, and I only live like 400 miles from where I was born at. So in Kentucky, but there's like three things we cannot get down here.
Breakfast,
Is four things I guess now. Frisch's Big Boys, they don't have no Frisch's
which is upsetting.
in Tennessee at all. We can't get cheese conies down here because no one knows what the hell they are. They got some nasty chili that they put on. They don't use like Gold Star or Skyline chili or Dixie chili. And then and a steak hoagie. You can't get a steak hoagie down here. So I had to go and get we'd go to Food City and get the JPM steak hoagie patties, and then go get some hoagie buns and make them ourselves, pizza sauce and cheese, and then and we can make cheese conies on because they do sell Skyline chili down here at Cook's. That's a local food chain. But yeah, we're only like 400 miles away, and none of those restaurants have made it down this way yet. And it's just crazy. And here's the funny thing about it. You can buy all that stuff at Kroger's. There's no Kroger's in East Tennessee, but there's a Kroger's distribution warehouse here in Cleveland.
But is there a QVC or QFC?
No.
I don't say or a Fred Meyer's.
No, we don't have no Myers down here either.
Yep, those are all the same damn store. Fred Meyer, Kroger, and QFC are all the same damn company.
But but the thing is, though, they'll put a distribution warehouse here. You would figure they'd open a damn Kroger's up.
No.
No, yeah, that's right. No, it didn't make no sense to do that, but it's funny.
Yeah, it's like down the road there's crap. What's that? I think it's a Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, we got Piggly Wiggly.
No. What the hell distribution is down the road?
What distribution?
Yeah, they're getting ready to. Yeah, Winco.
Is that like Winn-Dixie?
Kind of like Winn-Dixie.
Yeah, we lost all of our Winn-Dixies here. Food City bought them out over here in East Tennessee.
Yeah. What was it?
Oh, he's in Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm in Tennessee.
You're in East Tennessee?
Yep, I'm 30 miles north of Chattanooga.
Okay. Is that anywhere near the Johnson City area?
No, Johnson City's northeast. I'm closer. Knoxville's 80 miles north of me, and Johnson City's, I think, 160 or 170 miles north.
How
In the
far?
northeast.
How
How
far
do
are
your
you from
locals feel
Chattanooga?
about black people?
How we feel about black people? We have them.
Yeah. How do
Like
your locals
everybody
feel
else.
about black people? Like
Are you saying we're
behind
racist?
scenes? No, I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. I know parts of Tennessee is like the KKK
No, that
home
shit
ground or something.
That is.
You've been listening to Yankee Marshall too much.
Well, I Google searching and all this type of crap. I don't know. So
No,
I'm just
there's
curious. Like, is there bad vibes between interracial couples in that area? Because in some
No.
cases there is here. So that's why I'm
Cheddar.
just trying to figure out.
Well, Memphis is completely black, where they call it Mifrica. Nashville is about 50% black and Democratic controlled. Chattanooga, all the bad parts of town is where all the black people live at. Imagine that.
That's
That's
like
where the
just
projects
about
is.
saying here.
It's the same. Here in Cleveland, no, we don't have. There's no racial issues here in Tennessee. Not my part.
All right. I mean, even here, there's some underground, not underground, but
we got the
it's
local.
not that uncommon for old timers to have that appeal, not to your face, but behind your back for sure in some cases, and not everywhere. You know what I mean? So that in general, I'm not trying to pull a race thing, but obviously,
number 5 with a Baja Blast.
Yeah.
just want to be cautious on, ask somebody that lives there personally before I go scouting places to move.
I can tell you there's certain places, like certain bars in South Carolina you don't want to go to.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of something everywhere. That's just people and people's nature, or whatever the case is. But I'm just saying, on a general whole, like, an example, when I was in Wyoming looking for a place, nobody would talk to the lady. Like, they just will not speak to women there for some reason. They don't want nothing to do with them. Like, even though she's going what's going to be at the house all day long at work, they don't want to talk to her. So, like, they just didn't show up to look at appointments or anything unless I was going to be there. So, some places are different. That's why I'm just asking.
6, 7, 8. Yeah, we don't have any problem. You got the local assholes though every once in a while.
Yeah, there's local assholes everywhere.
I mean nothing more than that. But no, we're the Lee University is the big Christian university we have here, because like where I'm at, the Church of God's world headquarters is here in Cleveland. And then Lee University is a big Christian school, and they were out there protesting back in the summer the Confederate statue that we have here, which is next to a Union statue. Imagine that. And then the Daughters of the Confederacy own the property that the statue sits on. So they were trying to get the city, blah blah blah, this and that, and it's always out of towners. All the black people that lived here all their lives could give two shits less about it.
Mm-hmm. I see a bit of that here in my neighbors are those Black Lives Matter people, but anybody downtown holding signs, I don't know who the hell they are. I don't see them around, and makes you wonder sometimes. So,
so they did that
for who's around.
So they protested.
Everybody.
They protested for about 3 weeks, right? And didn't get nowhere. And finally, they told them that the city sold the property to the Daughters of the Confederacy, like in 1901, for $1. So it's
private property, and it's none of their damn business anyway.
Exactly right. And then after about they did it for about a week or so, or about 3 weeks, and then nothing at all. It all dried up. They all went away. I guess they graduated. But this is also the same college. We just got liquor by the drink a couple years ago. This was a dry county. And they actually gave kids an A for a semester if they went and voted against it. It didn't pass. It passed.
Crazy.
So, yeah, this year, we just got 4 liquor stores in the city for the first time.
Hey, in 2012, South Carolina, or like they were putting up banners everywhere that they were able to sell beer on Sundays at a store. They thought that was like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, you can't buy alcohol on Sundays here. You got they call it the blue law. What the hell you gonna do, asshole? God.
He's gonna run into the back end of your rig.
Yeah, he's gonna run inside of a Tahoe. That's good. I need a new one anyway.
Here you can buy alcohol up until I think it's like 1 a.m. or something. And I think that's Monday through, all week long, basically. Sunday
Yeah.
might be like an hour or two earlier. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I had anything to do with that, but I do remember having to like run physical chains through the cooler doors to keep people out because people
Yep.
get pissed.
Or-
They get there 5 minutes late, like they're ready to brawl. Like,
We're like, oh, hell, our Walmart sells wine. We got a wine section in both Walmarts.
And Food City.
And well, the grocery stores, but they sell beer too, but they're not selling. But yeah, we just got where you can buy your vodka and Jack Daniels whiskey, you know, hard liquors. Just passed not too long ago. We just got our first 4 liquor stores.
you guys got
Before that, we had
bootleggers.
Huh?
You guys got bootleggers. You know, the guy in the
We do.
neighborhood that goes out of town, buys a bunch of alcohol and sells it to his so-called buddies on the weekend or whatever the case
Used
may
to.
be.
We used to
Okay.
last year, matter of fact, all the way up to last year. What you
How
had to
much
do was,
extra did they charge you? Was it like
oh, you did,
20, 50, 100% markup?
it was $20 a quart for moonshine.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah,
but
here
you
it's
could get-
like 100% markup. So they're paying
Yeah.
like $12 for the cheapest
No,
bottle of Mr.
no.
Boone's or whatever.
You
You're
said-
paying like 24.
yeah, but you said bootleggers, so that means moonshine.
Yeah, to me, I don't know. I guess I'm
That's a big difference
ghetto
because you
version
could
of
go,
bootlegger.
because here last year all you had to do was go down to Hamilton County, which is like down to it's an Indian city name, Ottawa. Go to Ottawa. They had a liquor store there because they're in Hamilton County, just across the county line. You buy all the liquor you want and then bring it back. Or you go out to Polk County, up into the mountains somewhere, and get you some moonshine.
Dead cat. That's sad.
But yeah, you could go out of county and get it and bring it back in.
Yeah. The thing is like the stores down in South Carolina, they Monday through Saturday, they were able to sell beer like 24 hours a day until 2012. Then they were able to start selling on Sunday. So there was no shut-off time. They were actually selling beer at whatever time. You know, it wasn't like, okay, in Washington, 1:55 a.m., pretty much you ain't buying any alcohol after that. Even though they say 2 a.m., most places will shut down at like 1:55 just to make sure they don't get caught in that trap.
Right.
Don't they have separate stores for, what is it? North Carolina, I think, has
ABC
like
stores.
you can't buy liquor or whatever at a regular store or something.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, Went last time I was there, man. I had a great experience and hanging out for a couple days, and everybody I met was really cool. You know, no baloney. Like, honestly, probably could have went and hung out and with some people I met. Everybody seemed real neat, real cool. Even the guy at the ABC store and stuff. So just trying to get a feel for the area, small talk, and everybody's a lot more friendly than they are around New York. So maybe I just think everybody's nice once I leave the state. I don't know.
99% of the people in the world are friendlier than New Yorkers.
Not all New York State is a bunch of assholes. I've been to New York a couple times. I don't, the last time I went was with my uncle. He was a truck driver, and we went and I got to see the Statue of Liberty while we was delivering shit. We also got to see a truck going down. I don't remember what the expressway is there in New York City, but they were hijacking his load as he was driving down the road right in front of us. Now that was something to see.
I bet that would have been something to see.
We were moving about 55, and I looked over. I said, "Uncle Ace, what happens? That happens to us." He says, "I stop real fast." And he says, "Then they get off." But yeah, I've seen that, and hell, when I was a kid, I've seen everything. I've been to every state east of the Mississippi and Canada. all as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old kid. Just riding on the truck with him over the summer for 2 weeks out of the summer.
You should have let me do that with Ray.
I don't know about. I guess it's in certain areas, you know, and I would agree with Andrew. That's about 99% correct. That there's probably more racist people up north than there are anywhere else.
I guarantee you about 90% of all Democrats are racist.
Well, that's not even an argument point right there. I mean, we all can agree. Look at Alyssa Milano.
Oh God, she's so.
What's he doing?
She used to be, huh? Yeah. She used to be hot back in the day. Now she's just batshit crazy.
I don't know how ignorant you have to be, and I don't care what color your skin is.
Different chick.
I don't care what color your damn skin is. How ignorant do you have to be to think somebody else is so another group of people are so moronic that they can't figure out, one, how to get a state issue ID, two, how to figure out what the number is of that state issue ID.
Oh, well, here's something more perplexing. That when they say having a voter ID is racist. Now we have voter ID laws here in Tennessee. The problem is that you must have a government issued ID to have a bank account, to work, to sign up for public housing, to sign up for welfare.
Mm-hmm.
So how the hell is it racist for them to have for black people or minorities in general? You have to have an ID to vote when they gotta have that ID to sign up for all the other free stuff.
You know, another moronic thing.
You know what it is. You know why they're like that, right? Why the Democrats say that shit? It's because they want illegal aliens to vote for them.
So, in the state of Oregon, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll hear them all the time saying, you know, that they're against voter ID and everything like that. But if you want to register to vote in the state, you have to enter your state issue ID number to validate who you are to be able to register to vote.
Yeah,
Color aside, if you're too dumb to realize how to vote, then you're too dumb to vote. I mean,
exactly.
You shouldn't be voting if you don't know what the hell you're talking about, or at least took, an hour out your day to try to research something. I mean, come on, And honestly, it takes a hell of a lot longer than that. I'm sure, you guys all know, but there's always a list of people you never even heard of. So,
and addresses that don't exist.
So, it takes a little bit of time. If you're gonna get in it, at least make an educated. You know what I mean? It may not be, we may not agree on it, but at least you were conduit of what you were doing. You know what I mean? That's. I mean, in my opinion, it's a slap in the face of people to say something like you ain't smart enough to figure out how to vote, or sorry, they ain't. I mean, Jesus, what are we still in cages or something? I mean, come on now, this is ridiculous. To me, that's just kind of an insult, and that he would need to be standing out there to speak for us on that fact or something. Give me a freaking break, man. That's just all ridiculous. There's obviously some bullshit going on, but unfortunately, some people are stupid enough to fall for the bullshit.
Yeah, there's one extra soft dog.
Give that to your mom.
Mom? He has the beefy. Do you want the beefy thing back?
Yeah, well, that's the problem. Democrats rely on low information, low informed voters. And then my thing is when will the African American community wake up and realize that the Democrats just use them as a voting block and then discard them after the election, and they do it every 2 years. It's like a bad joke, you know. That's the definition of insanity. They think, oh, they're going to take care of us this time. They're going to make things right this time, and it never happens.
Yeah, I agree. It's disgraceful in a sense. It's like that whole "you're not black enough" or "you're not black if you don't like." That's like such an oxymoron. Like if you can spend 20 minutes and realize that's not a good choice for you if you're black. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, I mean, you know everything about the sports player. You know what shoes that guy's wearing across the street. You know what the Kardashians did last week or whatever the hell. But you don't know any of this. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, or at least can't take a minute to look at it yourself. The hell with what your friends say. Make up your own damn mind. Be a leader, not a follower. It's sad. It's just freaking sad.
That's because we've become weak and silly people as a whole country.
Yeah.
We were a much stronger and better educated country in the 80s.
You got any vacancies next door?
Well,
you're starting to sound like a good neighbor.
When the two ladies next door die, yeah, I guess their house will come up for sale.
Rob, just ask the question you really want to ask. Just like
keep me in line.
When Chris was on here, do you have a mother-in-law suite that he can rent out from you?
No, I got a basement.
There you go. He'll take the basement.
Well, you got a hot tub in your private range? Because I can work with a basement.
No, I don't have. No, I live in the city. No, I don't.
No, okay. Never mind.
I live in a small city. Compared to New York, it's or the bigger cities. There's only like 18,000 people in the city, and there's only like 100,000 people in the county. But we have plenty of public shooting ranges. And there's a indoor range.
The neighbors wouldn't throw you dirty looks and uninvite you places if they saw New York plates in the driveway.
But no. My neighbors next door. No. I live in a
drives by and locks their doors. Beep 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 beep. No.
No. I see. Wait a minute. No, let's see. I'm trying to figure out here. I'm pretty in a diverse part of town, really. There's two gay guys that live across the street from me. And the only reason why I know that they're gay is because when you go look up the internet, it says two guys in a tub. So, that wasn't too hard to figure that one out. And there's a black couple that live next door to me. There's one catty corner from them. There's a black Biden voter next door to them. He and his wife is white. Now, the only problem I had with him was he threatened to shoot my husky.
Oh, so he was the guy?
Yeah, he was the guy, yeah. And then his wife came out and helped Victoria catch Loki, and then we got him back up. So, yeah. And then he'll huffed and puff. He called the cops, and I said, go ahead and shoot my dog, because I'll let her shoot your ass, and she's a teenager, so she'll just go to jail for 6 months. I told him, I told the cop that. I said, I don't give a shit. I said, she'll pop your ass from her window. So,
how old is your daughter?
13.
You don't have to. Okay. I was gonna say I had a story, but I'll save it for another time about some people in a tub.
The two people. She got with it. The two guys in the tub. They don't have no hot tub. If they did, I'd be friends with them.
But
I guess I can just leave that part out. But I went to a party once. Went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom there was a naked dude. Like, I didn't know this. I'm there taking a leak, and then I hear something and look over, and in the tub's this naked dude. And then all of a sudden, there's another dude half naked in there. And I'm like, oh, my God. And here I am with my junk out peeing in the tub like that, Or not peeing in the tub, peeing in the toilet. But these guys are just standing there in the tub, like, whoa. And, you're midstream. So what do? Do I just running back out of the bathroom, pissing through the apartment? Or, I'd rather than not staring at it, like, especially under the circumstance and everything that's going on right here. And why wasn't the door locked? But the story's a little more graphic, but that's the clean version. It was a very uncomfortable situation. So I don't know what the hell the bathtub is with gay guys, but apparently there's a thing there.
Hey, Rob, there's your buddy comment on the screen for you.
Be three guys in the tub.
No. I was worried about the police show. We left after that. I don't want no. I don't want my name on nothing that has to do with this place. I'm out of here.
So
Rich says that you should have just peed on him.
Hey, that costs money. They'll pay good money for that.
Yeah, I'm not taking part in any fantasy. Sorry.
Oh no!
You could be two guys, one toilet. Like two girls, one cup.
Mario, you really don't want to know. I'm just honestly, you don't want to know.
Conversation went south fast.
Way south.
Always check the bathtub.
Always check the bathtub before you whip your junk out at a party.
Hey, it would have been worse if you had to go in there and take a dump.
Or maybe they would.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, look, I need to wipe my ass. Y'all need to go.
Oh.
Man, I've got some stories, but
dude, I got the best story. I don't think anybody could ever top it. Back in my Army Guard days, I was down here at Catoosa Training Center, and I was walking back to my barracks after we was out in the field, and then in the middle is the bathroom and shower complex, right? I'm off the top of the road, and you look right down. Well, the window to the women's bathroom was open, and we had a bunch of female MPs come in the night before. And it wasn't part of our unit or anything, and they were out drinking that night, so they're all in there in the shower, right? And they had the window wide ass open. So I sit up on top of the road, and I'm like 15 feet from them watching, and they saw me, and they didn't bother to close the window, and then they put a show on. And it was all ended by the fucking chaplain, because he come walking up. What are you doing? I said, I'm just sitting here taking a break. And there's a big saw, and he says, Sergeant Waters, I'm so disappointed in you. And I said, Chaplain, I think this was a sign from God for me to sit here and watch. They waved at me. That dirty bastard went down there and shut the damn window. I ended up cussing him out. I said, you son of a bitch. I said, I'm gonna.
Did he say anything to him?
Huh? To him? No, they didn't. Because if you walked down there and went to close the window, it was he was taller. He was like 6'3". He could barely
walk. I'm surprised he didn't yell something through. Because
no,
I don't know ranks, but more than likely he had to be at least a warrant officer.
Oh, for the chaplain, no, he was a what was he at the time? He was a captain at the time, and I was just a buck sergeant, so I was just E5. So I was like, dude, why be a buzz killer? I mean, it was almost out that scene out of Stripes, where John Letterkenny was watching the girls shower. Mm-hmm. I just didn't need a telescope. I didn't need it was like 2:00 in the morning. What the hell are you doing up anyway? I was going to the bathroom. Yeah, well, take your ass to the bathroom and leave me alone. I'll try to be nice, and then he did that. So then I got into it with him, and my company commander had to smooth it over. I had to wait a year on my promotion to 6 because I cussed him out. I didn't Article 15 me though, so it could have done that. But anyway, where's a guard here?
Hard labor, dock pay. That sucks.
Dock pay, yeah. Well, they just pushed my promotion to 6 over for another year. And that's it. And the fact that I got as high as I did in the guard, because usually those motherfuckers don't leave until they die. I mean, you get. I used to do military funerals. I got some funny stories with that too. There was this first sergeant that was leading it. The team here. He'd been in the guard for like 35 years. And I was like, well, he's a first sergeant. So that's kind of old. Be 60 years old, be a first sergeant, you know, and still be still pull state active duty orders and shit. That old fool was the director of the state band, the Tennessee National Guard band. He was the conductor, and he had a specialist. I said, how long you been in? He's like, and he said, I've been in 20 years. He's a specialist for 20 fucking years playing trumpet in the band.
Eating the good food and going to all the benefits and shit.
You damn right. They said when Bill Clinton got elected, they went to Washington, D.C. They played up there for Clinton because Al Gore was from Tennessee. So
a lot of people are saying that's smart nowadays. Basically, go in with that and then spend all your time in school, serve a little bit, and you pop out. Yeah, I don't know. People go at it different ways, but I think most people would be surprised that there's musicians that get that are funded by the military in a sense. So it's people always refer to like a cook or whatever and this and that. Well, you don't eat, you die.
Right, exactly.
Musicians. And have you guys heard the Army song? I know you guys have. I mean, no disrespect, but damn, that song can use an update. That's just my opinion. I mean, no disrespect, but
no.
When the ants go marching in.
Oh man,
that song don't need to be updated. It's like, I tell you, a song needs an update because I left the Guard and I went over to the Coast Guard here in Tennessee and got my commission as an officer there. And a song that needs to be updated is the Coast Guard theme. That song is just terrible.
Oh, you better sing it like you mean it.
I did when I was in there, Ella.
Damn right you did.
So it's kind of odd. My father-in-law was an Air Force retiree. He was drafted. He didn't get out until he had a stroke. It medically retired him. So I don't regret my time in. I met a lot of good people. I'm still friends with. I met a lot of shitty people. It's like people say, "Oh, vets are all good and this and that." I said, "No, not all veterans are good people. Not all veterans are good people. I've met some pieces of shit in my time in 21 years."
Definitely.
I've met some of the most toxic people you've ever seen on this planet that have power on top of it. We had a S3, which is a training department in the Army. He was real bad. He recruited a group of people. His name was Urban, so we used to call all his little followers or his little department the Urbanites. Who's playing with the gun?
Oh, that'd be me.
Good and bad everywhere.
If you don't jump in, I'll tell all kinds of stories.
I'm dry fire practicing.
Hey, Rob, just down the street from me, I mean, like 2 minutes away is the indoor shooting range.
Nice.
And it's like $200 a year to be a member, and you get to shoot as many times as you want during a year.
Yeah, but what's
24 hours a day?
No. I wish. It's just
Yeah,
it's
no,
Monday through Saturday.
yeah, it'd be nice.
It is
And a
down
lot
here
of
in
them do that
summertime.
key card pass 24 hours a day and things like that. I used to be a member of one of those.
No, this is an indoor range.
Yeah,
It's for
indoors.
pistol only, pistol caliber carbines. Now we do have. I'm going to be a member. I'm going to join this year. We do have an outdoor rifle range club here in Tennessee or in Cleveland. There's also one in Chattanooga that I was a member for. It was like 20. What was it? It was like $350 a year. You got your own gate card pass. There was no range officer you had to deal with, and you could shoot from sun up to sundown. I had a 22 range. It had a pistol range, rifle range. Rifle range went from they had a 100-yard range, then you had the 300-yard range, and they had a 500-yard range.
Nice. Yeah.
Now,
That's better than what they have locally in my area. So, I mean, we have a 24-hour deal, key card and whatnot, but it's pistol 22 caliber only, short, and it gets old quick. In my opinion, it's got the push button. You push the button, the runner runs the targets back and all that. But the rules, you're on camera, all that stuff. Nobody's there in the middle of the night, but they can still review things if they want to or whatever. And if you're caught breaking a rule, you're out. Blah 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 type stuff. So
there is an indoor. There's another indoor rifle range down in Chattanooga. It's called Carter's. It's $20 a year to join. It's $10 each time you go in, and it's indoor. You can shoot all the way up to 30 caliber rifles down there, and it's a 25-yard range only though. And it's indoors, and at least it's climate control. Because when you get down in Tennessee in the summer, it sucks because humidity's like 120%. 90 damn degrees.
Now, you have a yearly fee.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a fee every time you go also?
Down there at the Carter's ones it's $10 each time you go in. So it's $20 for a year to be a member of the range. And the reason why that is because they used to just charge you $20 each time you go, and you could stay as long as you wanted. The problem is that you had assholes that go down there, shot the air conditioner out one time, caught the range on fire last year, and they were shooting tracers down there, and the rubber caught on fire. The backstop did. So then they changed it. I mean, you get assholes everywhere at the range. Now we got a public range here.
So always got to be that guy,
Yeah. Somebody's always got to have that. Somebody
shoot the Raptors just to see what happens.
Right, exactly. We have somebody like that too every once in a while. Now, in the one that I'm a member at up here, that's down the street from the house, that's at Cleveland Shooting Sports. They have cameras in there. That's no big deal. But you can rapid fire if you want to. You can. They don't want you to draw from the holsters, but if you do, as long as there's nobody out there else on the range, they're not going to come out and tell you stop it. You know what I mean? They're pretty cool and relaxed. I film a lot of that's where I film the majority of my handgun videos at down there at the range.
Yeah, we were giving you hell about you not taking Victoria to the range to shoot the 22.
The reason why is now did you see that case blowout on me?
Yeah.
That was and then was a Boomstick 7 something up there, and I think he's in Pennsylvania or somewhere. He had his Walther PPK did that, and it blew out the extractor. Well, it didn't blow out the extractor on this one, and it wasn't even my gun; it's my buddy's gun. So I told him, "You need to go shoot some more ammo in it."
Oh, there's your problem. I mean, you should have got an M&P Compact 22. You wouldn't have to worry about it.
I do have one.
Or a Taurus TX 22.
I don't have that. I got the M&P Compact, and I got the Kel-Tec P17.
Why not the?
Your daughter like that one?
Yeah, she likes both of them. But she took my
Which one
Walther,
does she like more?
the Walther PK 380.
Okay.
She took
Out of the 22s, what does she like more?
It doesn't matter to her. She likes the Kel-Tec because it holds 16 rounds in the mags.
Why not get the CP33?
I already got the. Well, we didn't have none in there, and they're like $400, and the Kel-Tec P17 was $200, so or $205 out the door. So I grabbed that one and at the gun shop there, and we didn't have I hadn't held one of the CP33s yet.
Now, can the CP33 mags go in your 17?
No. The CP33 is a 33 round quad stack magazine.
That reminds me of something.
It's pretty thick, and then and the P17 are just 16 round magazines. They're single
If
stack.
anybody out there has one of them fun sticks, should do me a favor and pull a measuring tape from the top to the bottom. Like, just let me know if you're measuring from front, the front to front or back to back.
I'm talking about the block happy stick.
Yeah, I need a length of that basically. Just again, whether you measure it off the back or the front, if anybody doesn't mind, let me
All right,
know.
hold the phone.
Run that, down to
I
a
have
16th or an 8th, as close as you can get it or whatever, but it doesn't have to be precision.
Now, which side fun stick are you talking about? Because I have a 31 round decal.
Yeah, that would be fine. Well, actually, do you have 9mm? Technically, I can go with the length of that, but if you had 9mm, it'd be preferred.
Why? You realize you can take the 40 cal Glock and put a 9mm mag in it and swap the barrel, and you can shoot 9mm.
So the mag well will be the same. I mean,
yes.
If the mag well is the same,
frame,
whatever, then
yeah, it's the same
overall
frame.
length. But I assume the length would be different from 9mm to 40, just on the width of the rounds. So I would assume if you stacked 30 rounds of 40 versus 30 rounds of 9mm, you could stack the 9 in a smaller package. So there might be a difference, but it really doesn't matter. I just need a general idea of the fun stick length.
The 19, the 23, and the 32 all are the same grip frame. It's just different caliber slides that are sitting on top.
Okay.
My tape measure.
I'm working off a Glock 17 mag, which gave me the top and bottom angles or whatever, but the length for a longer one. And the one I got, it says it fits a 17, 18, 19, 19X, 26, 34, 45.
That's because it's a 9mm. Now, you can't take
at the door.
But like your 17, your 18, your 22, and stuff. Those are all the same grip frame.
Okay, Rob. If you measure the front of the 33 round Happy Stick, it's 1/8 and 1/16 inches long from the front.
8 and 1/16.
Yeah. And
okay.
From the back, it's 7 and almost 8 inches from the back. Just shy of 8 inches. Because you got the slope of the bullet there.
Yeah.
And then on the side,
as long as I have one end of the angle, I'll be fine anyway. So if you're saying pretty much precise 8 and a 16th on the front, then I should be okay. Because I have I have the same mag to run off from, just a smaller size. So, but yes, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So,
No problem.
What
I need one
size?
that's a little bit longer than this. So,
What size fun stick do you have? Is that a 33 rounder, 20 rounder?
It's a 33 rounder.
So it's probably the same exact size and length as the 40, except the fact that the 40 can only fit 31 rounds in there.
Right.
Just like with the 19, the mag will hold 15, but in a 23, the mag only holds 13.
Right. So yeah, that's the only caliber I don't have a Glock in. It's in 40 yet.
Well, that Gen 5 MOS might be calling your name.
Now, if I'm gonna get an
only
MOS,
caliber.
if I'm gonna get the Coast Guard, right after I got out, they didn't go with the SIG P320. They went with the Glock 19 MOS. And I don't have a 19. I just have a 17. So I would go either with the 19 MOS, or I do like the 43X MOS too. That's an EDC gun. But if I do that, if I get that 43,
Well, okay.
Only Glock I've ever owned was a 40 caliber.
So you have how many 19s?
I need my drink. You talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't have a 19. I did have a 19X, but I traded it. So the Glocks that I got a Gen 4 17. I got a regular 43. I have a Glock 20, which is a Gen 3, and a Glock 21, which is a Gen 3.
Well, all you have to do.
Wait, too many Glocks.
Huh? Now, wait a minute, Rob. I've got something better for you, just to make you happy. I have the Brinks Gen 1 or 1.0 M&P. I had the Performance Center 5-inch FDE 2.0. I have the M&P 2.0 45 ACP Tactical. And I got a regular M&P 2.0 9mm.
So I don't care what they say about you. You're cool, man.
And I got wait a minute now. I got an SVD-E 9mm. And I got a Model 10 Smith & Wesson, a Model 13 Smith & Wesson, and a Model 1917 Smith & Wesson. So those are all my Smith & Wessons that I got.
Nice.
Now, I've been collecting since, well, let's see, wait a minute. I've been 21 since I was 9. So as soon as I turned 21, I started collecting handguns. Before then, I had rifles. So yeah, so since 1995, I guess. And to make G23 happy, I got my Romanian Wasser 10 underfolder and my Draco pistol.
Okay.
And a Yugoslavian SKS.
Well, that works.
But the Tommy gun I wish I had kept was I had a Russian Vepr AK.
I just noticed, but did Foss rage quit? You have enough and like bust his phone and say he's tired of this shit?
Yeah.
Jump off or what?
Exactly. He bailed. Yep.
Just ain't right, man. Just ain't right.
So I know I checked out Manny Face's page to see how many. Hell, he's under 100 subs, and he's already planning his 1,000 sub giveaway.
That's good because when you put him out, I went over. He had at 88, so I know I was like number 89.
Oh, I looked. It was like 82. But yeah, he's a. I haven't even thought about 1,000 sub. So. Have you, Rob?
Not really. I'm shocked I have what I have, so appreciate that, folks. So, I don't know. I'm a acquired taste, so 1,000 people would surprise me.
I'm going to do ours at 1,100.
Hell, I haven't even. Yeah, I don't know. It'll all be a surprise at some point, even to me.
I need to find about 34 more people.
Well, put out a few more shorts.
They're all scheduled. All the short videos. The UTG series goes all the way up to the first week of June. They're already scheduled and dropped and waiting to drop.
The other week, I thought that was pretty amazing. We got 2 Magazine Mondays.
Yeah, that was because I missed the dates up on it, so I ended up dropping it. And then the MFT video was twice, so I dropped it like 2 weeks or 3 weeks before that.
So, Bald and Curious says for you to put your channel link up. I think Foss already did that. It should already be in the chat, but
Yeah. Put his link up. He's got M&Ps. You want to watch his channel.
I'm a gun connoisseur. I like there's very few guns that I don't like. Springfield XD.
Yeah, I just don't like the ones pointed at me.
I think that might be his link. If not, you're going to find out whatever that goes to.
Surprise, surprise.
You're 34 subs away from $1,000. So you're 134 subs away from
The planned giveaway.
yeah.
And we're gonna have 3 tiers.
I don't know if this is gonna work. Hell no. I don't know what Foss does, but Foss Andrew says don't copy it. It's a link to a lemon party.
The link to 2 girls, 1 cup.
Right? Something like that.
2 dudes, 1 tub.
Rob's
I
night in a
that's
hot
pretty
tub.
That'd be 2 guys, a toilet, and a tub.
Don't they know, like, you put a string around the door or you lock it or, you know, a sock or something? I mean, they don't know the code.
Maybe the gay code's different.
Maybe. I don't know.
If you would have stuck around, you might would have found out.
Yeah, I was not sticking around, that's for sure. Like, I'm not even sure if the one guy was conscious. Oh, it was, like I said, I was worried about police and shit. I was like, we got to go.
Oh, you know, this is getting worse and worse. now we're not even sure if they're conscious.
It was a bit more graphic. I'm sure you can use your imagination, folks, but not something you want to unexpectedly walk into. That's for damn sure. Especially with your penis out.
So, I guess.
Hey, you know that makes you, right? That makes you a teaser.
Every guy here late, go back for the context.
That'll be a new shirt idea for you. Prick teaser.
So I guess
Crazy stuff, man.
You're now 31 away from $1,000.
All right, cool.
So
thanks everybody who wants to listen to me ramble on.
that was just Balding Curious and his 13 troll accounts.
Oh, okay.
I'd sub you again if I could, but you know it doesn't work that way. Did follow you on IG, I think so. And that, you know, not to get things twisted, I don't have an IG account, but for R&L Displays, there's one apparently now because it's part of the website thing where you can hook it all up or whatever. So,
I thought that was you.
A lot of people out there might have just got followed or request. I didn't know some people you got to request. I guess you got to be special to follow them or something. I don't know, but
you can send it on private. Like my personal one's private.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about any of this stuff. I was just told it's a good thing to do with the business.
So I posted I did a post yesterday telling people to go follow your page over on IG.
Well, thank you. Yeah, and anybody that's purchased a display, send me the pictures, man. Trying to obviously use them for that. The website updated it the other day. Snob's a superstar in the website now. If you notice his photography, he may not get the whole gun, but he did a damn good job with the stand. So
I don't know. I think the Foss double.
Oh yeah. I got some of his photos up on the website too.
So Mario says he'll check your shit later to see if he likes it.
He'll have to like it to sub.
Check my shit. Are we on duty? What's going on here?
Check your shit like to the bathroom.
So, congrats, Clover, on a new acquisition. So,
what did you get?
JP Sauer Western Marshall 357 single action revolver.
Ooh.
So I threw the link out if anybody wants to jump on.
Congratulations.
I think I might have seen that video already. Because I'm one of his channel members there on YouTube, and we get to see their pre-releases. Oh, that little Heritage Barkeep video that I did, that gun sold this morning before I got in there.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's
So
ugly looking.
You work at a gun shop?
On Saturdays, yeah.
All right. Just the man I need to speak to. Who's up in the cost? Is your store up in the cost, or is a distributor up in the cost?
It gets shared.
Okay.
So, like,
I guess that's a diplomatic way of answering the question.
No,
I know I can't put you on the spot.
No, I'm gonna tell you exactly
appreciate
how
you
it is.
being somewhat honest.
Somewhat. No, you didn't give me a chance to tell you. The distributors raises the prices of the guns up, and they're doing it incrementally. And then what David does is he raises his up $8, or like the M&P shields went up $8. So he raised the price up $8. So you'll go in there and you'll see 2 shields, 2 different weeks they came in, and one will be $8 more than the other.
What about ammo?
We have a
And how much are they really making off a gun sale? Oh, I got a list.
Oh, off the guns? There's no money. Buying a new gun's like buying a new car. So they're making roughly 30% off the gun.
They
Off
make
whatever
more
part.
off used.
They make, yeah, because they won't give you nothing for you. So like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Before pandemic, those trade-in police Glock 40s or 23s and 22s were selling for $325 here. So when somebody we had a guy bring in a Glock 21. No, not Glock 21. It was a Glock. What's the long slide version?
40?
Okay, so it was a Glock 40.
Or is that
10
10 mil long? Yeah. I think
So
the
anyway,
Glock 40 is the 10 mil long slide.
Okay, so that's what he brung in. He had 6 boxes of self-defense ammo and 4 magazines, and they shot and it was an MOS on top of it. And he wanted $890, and this was like back in December.
Damn.
Right, and I was like, and we looked up the price on it, and dealer cost was $660. No. We give you $600 for it because you can't sell it as new and he paid almost $900 for it new. So whoever he bought the gun from made $240 off of it. And then you got to figure your overhead because all those guns, the stock of your guns, either you got to have deep pockets or a deep credit card.
Ammo. What's going on with that? The shop's jacking the price a little bit.
Here's the truth. Here's the truth of ammo. They're not running 24/7. The government buys ammo in the first quarter of every year. Winchester just got the contract to take over Lake City, and Remington was shut down for the whole bankruptcy thing. They just started running again.
Is the cost coming from the gun shop or the distributor, or shared both?
The distributor.
Well, that and the manufacturers have raised their cost.
Yeah, they just started. The manufacturer just announced. Winchester announced that they're running. That's like when that faggot from Federal gets on there and starts running his pie hole about, we're producing. No, you're not producing because I saw that factory in background and nothing was going on. You're not producing. They're not running 24/7. Now let's think about this from an economical standpoint. They know once this pandemic and new buying spree all ends, ammo is going to start sitting on the shelves again. They only run 25 ACP, 32 ACP, 22, and 380 once a year. Anyway, they're going to run nothing but 9mm, 45, and 5.56 because those are sell faster and you can get the most out of them. They're the most popular. So they might max production where they're running 7 days a week, but they're not running 24/7. The distributors raise their prices up, and then the gun shop. So right now we're selling, and now we have a local distributor who does our local manufacturer. Actually, there's two here. There's one in Chattanooga, and there's one here in Cleveland, and he does government contracts. So when he runs, and he had powder, he had brass, and he had bullets. He had no primers.
What's
you need
I don't know
primers.
if you know the numbers, but what's the markup as far as gun shops with ammunition and stuff? Like, as an example, novelty stuff at like gas stations is usually starts around 300%. So what's
depends on
their
the gun
standard markup?
It depends on the gun shop.
Okay. Now, is there like a general for your area? Like, I assume there is in mine. What I mean? This is going rate in this area, but if I drive 2 hours, it may be a little different. You know what I mean? I don't know.
There's 5 gun shops here in town. All 5
they all work together, don't they? Oh, okay. Okay. Here, there's not 5 in town anyway, but the ones that are somewhat local, I swear they buy pallets of ammo together and they price it together and they're all in on it together. Because you can find the same thing at shop A, B, or C. So
yeah.
Yeah, see, like there's probably 6 shops around here, and every single one of them have a different price. They're all within, probably $1, $1.50 of each other, but they're on average a little different in price. So Andrew says, why is the Barkeep more expensive than the full size? I believe this man right here did a video explaining that.
it's got a cooler name, man.
It was something in
Barkeep.
I think it's something in the way that they have to change the handle or something. I don't remember exactly.
You got more machine work on the barrel.
Is that for when you use alcohol as lubrication?
Well, no, they take a standard barrel and cut it in half or cut it in 3s. So you got to recrown it and rethread it. So you got more machine work in it. I mean, I'm just giving my 2 cents.
Yeah.
That would make sense. And then you got to make that rod. You got to make the ejector rod and a little piece of wooden handle on it. And then, because it's got the same frame, and you can buy another frame and put the bird's head grip on it. And then I forgot to mention in that video I did is that there's a coupon in the box if you want a 22 Magnum cylinder. They'll send it to you for free, but the cylinder is like $40.
This is like the Heritage Rush Rider, but the Heritage Barkeep.
Yeah. They also
I think
make
that might have been the first handgun I shot. Was one of them cheap Heritage ones, I think. So I'm not sure. I can't remember, but it would fit and it makes sense. So yeah, $100 and some odd gun might have got me started in all this as a kid. So not a bad thing, I guess.
Mine was a $90 Sears and Roebuck 12-gauge shotgun. Was the first weapon I bought. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking first I fired. I'd never owned a Rough Rider. That's probably the first one I fired. But my parents were funny. I had to learn how to drive a car as a kid and basically shoot a gun. So I didn't have to stop and ask somebody else for help.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's good.
Different world.
Wow. Mario says he got 800 rounds of 9mm somewhere in Texas for $280 with taxes. Academy Sports. So, okay. Well,
nice for Mario.
I guess we lost our Artak and daughters.
Sounded like he was having some. I don't know if you heard that, but like he was going in and out or something. It was a little funky for a while, and then it cleaned up. So maybe it's a service thing, or maybe that Taco Bell caught up to him, man.
He says he got kicked off. I don't know how he got kicked off. No one kicked.
It's the same way you kicked me off earlier.
You left on your own accord.
Yeah. Had to make a word call. Got lucky. I'm out of it for tonight. Which is good. This means I can go work on my own stuff. It never ends.
Burnaby says that you kicked him off.
Me? I didn't kick him off. Shit, he owns more M&Ps than this damn host does.
You own more M&Ps than I do.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'd keep him and kick you. And your wife can hang out. She's cool. But you're a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Actually, I truly am.
I'm like shocked you stuck around for your whole show. You didn't go take off and, I don't know, eat dinner, give the lady a massage, and skip out on your own show today. So,
like I normally do?
Yeah. The whole watch my card thing again. It's just, run my show.
Oh. Well, if there's 7 people, somebody has to sit in the back. So I figure it's more interesting for everyone else to hear other people than listen to me. But you have any plugs you want to talk about?
But it's your show.
I know.
You're what do you call it? You're
You're
silencing your own speech, man. You're hitting the mute button on yourself. No, I don't have any plugs. Obviously check out R&L Displays if you're interested in getting an all-American made product that'll boost your testosterone and give you good luck in a lot of strange ways. Other than that, check out everybody else on the panel here. Everybody that's joined each other in the chats, obviously respectfully. And Eat a salad, do something healthy once in a while. That's all I got.
Yep.
Oh, and check the tub.
Check the tub before you pull your junk.
Correct.
Well, I want to thank everyone who has been on the panel, everyone who's come hung out in the crowd. I know the first part of the show was probably the best part of the show when we were discussing the restoration of rights and stuff. But like always, we will go down rabbit holes, and we end up having a lot of fun just BSing. So be safe. Definitely keep one in the chamber, and have a. Oh yes, and don't forget, tomorrow is Every Second Matters. So if you are legally able to, open carry and try to promote the Second Amendment. If nothing else, you can always, do a little video and put hashtag Every Second Matters, hashtag E2M. So be safe and enjoy, guys.